figured I had a few moments free, so I would do some office hours for you people. If anybody needs any queries answered, any questions. And as usual, there's music in the background. So it's funny. Yesterday I did a show, and there's literally somebody sitting next to me, and they played some music on their phone. It was just like background noise, and one of the songs that played the next day I wake up, and I knew it would happen. My whole fucking broadcast got copyright claimed from a song from like 1972 by people that probably ain't even alive. Lucienne, hey yo, what's up? And for anybody that did take notice, yes, I'm wearing the same clothes as yesterday. It's not that I slept in them. It's that I didn't get them that dirty. I went to sleep early. I got too drunk. I got too drunk for public yesterday, so I went home early. Oh Jesus, Lucienne, what did the news say about the storm? Because I woke up in the middle of the night, and literally the lightning, it was backwards. It was fucking hilarious. It was backwards. Usually, the thunder, the thunder and the lightning, the direction, like you'll hear the one, and then it's how far you know away the storm is with the thunder, and it was doing it in the opposite direction, like. And the brightness of the lightning was so bright that even though my windows and blinds it was fucking closed, it was coming into the house as if it was like as bright as it is behind me right now. And the thunder it shook the fuck. I live on the 4th floor of a pretty big apartment complex, and it shook the fucking entire building. It was pretty awesome. It was ridiculous. Just woke up and fucking bright. It was I wanted to go outside and see it, but I was also it was fucking, I don't know, 3 or 4 in the morning, and I was just like, I'm kind of too comfortable here. And I was like, man, should I go out and check this shit out? But it was raining it was raining pretty hard, and man, the lightning was just the brightest fucking light you could ever see. I wish I could have seen it outside and where it was. In retrospect, in hindsight, I probably should have just went and seen what was it. But how much the house shook during the thunder was crazy. It was almost like they were fucking fracking or something. But anybody that pays attention, like yesterday or the prior day, they were doing a lot of chemtrails in the sky, so you knew it was gonna rain. Dimension extensions. You thought you weren't too drunk until you walked downtown. Yeah, right away. It's when you look at a lot of pubs, the way that you used to drink, there were no seats in pubs. You'd have to stand up to drink, and it kept people more sober. When you sit down, you take a lot of your your awareness away. So you got your ANS, your atomic nervous system, and then your nervous system, and you're shutting off parts of your body when you put your ass down, and so the beer affects you differently. Whatever you're drinking affects you differently. Let me try to get this thing up straight here. There we go. So it's like you ever sitting in a bar and you're like, oh, I'm good, and then you stand up and you're like, and I'm fucking wasted. There's this bit, you're like, oh no, I'm good. I could drink all day. You sitting down, you take the extra drink that you shouldn't. If you stand up and drink, it doesn't happen because you'll notice where your buzz is. But yeah, I hear you. You're like, I'm good, and then you walk downside, like, nope. Yeah, the damage. I don't know. I mean, like where I am, and like I looking around, like there's nothing damaged. I didn't see any damage or anything, but it was like fucking. It was interesting also because they're there's a lot of places around here that are filming right now for a movie. And so I was like, I mean, were they creating artificial, lightning and shit for a movie that they were filming? You know, it's a possibility, right? I mean, they use, Louisiana is little LA. You know, it's LA, Louisiana, right? New Orleans is the little LA, La La Land, and they do a lot of filming down here. So, what's up, Danny? What's up, Johnny K? Yeah. So I do wonder about that. Like, I wonder if what kind of movie I wonder what movie they're filming. I didn't check it out. There's like across from where I live. There's they have a parking lot for. Well, it's most of the time the parking lot is for like if there's festivals and shit, or if they're parking 18-wheelers. But then sometimes it's like a movie set parking lot where that's where they keep all the equipment and shit. A red patch over the area, Louisiana. Can't see what's going on in New Orleans. Yeah, because they're really filmed. They can really tell what's going on. It's very funny whenever you go to different weather websites. That's never the same. Like I thought you guys were working with the same satellites, and it's just like no, they're not. They're using, if anything, balloons, or satellites are a little different than you think. Because there's definitely satellites out there, and go to Google Earth. Do yourself a favor, go to Google Earth, and then go and look at satellite images of places you're not supposed to look at, like Antarctica or the North Pole. The images are completely digitally like fucked. I thought we could see everything on the satellite. Why wouldn't we be allowed to see that? You can even see Area 51, right? Which is interesting. If you get into Area 51, if there's 50 nifty United States, right? You got 50 United States, and then you got the places that we kind of work with our own. Like Puerto Rico, right, is one of them. But if you got 50 states, and you say Area 51, wouldn't that be the 51st state? And considering DC isn't really... DC is inside of the land on its own accord. It's a different country, basically. District of Columbia is, when you really, really dig into all that shit, it's District of the Dove, because Columbine means dove. And the district, like why is that the only place with a district? You got states, you got towns, you got districts, and then in New Orleans you have parishes. Sounds like awful lot like dead people, huh? So, and this is why there's things, there's so many tombs above ground, and it's a big thing down here with hoodoo and voodoo and all of the culture of magic, and there's above ground tombs. You don't go anywhere else and find those. I mean, the excuse is that the water table is very high, but no, that's not why. So, it's interesting, it's called parishes. It's interesting, it's called a district. Lucian, you waited to see the festivities? I never showed. Well, the reason I didn't show up is because I got shit canned. Me and I met a couple of people out, like just some strangers at the time, became really fucking cool friends. I was sitting smoking some hookah and started chatting with these dudes, and we got fucking like lambasted, and then walked around town and ate pizza and got fucking shit canned by about 9 o'clock, and I went home. I couldn't hang. I started drinking too early. That's the dilemma. It's like noon. It's like a noon. I'm already fucking beer in hand. It's good though. It actually keeps me in a better, like as much as it seems ridiculous, it keeps me in a better state of mind, because if I were to go out the way I used to go out, meaning I don't drink until 9 o'clock or something, then I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna have that fucking, like, all the other people will be out, all the zombies and shit, and I'll just end up like waking up in the morning like, oh, did I really take this bitch home? Like that's it, you know how that works. Everybody knows how that works. Like, did I really just sleep with this chick? Oh man. Oh man. Was that the right idea? So going out from 9 to 12, 9 to 2, that just turns into like 100% chance. Like, I'm waking up in someone else's bed, or they're waking up in my bed. You know what I mean? Which is great. You know, it's groovy, but. Dimension extensions. I'm not at the hookah bar. I'm at this lovely place. Let me not. I don't like to put people on camera because I think it's rude. But I'm at this place. See, those are beers everywhere. I'm at this really great brewery called Urban Self, and there we go. Now, last night I was at the hookah bar. The hookah bar is great. It's a lot of fun there. And coconut beer. When was I talking about coconut beer? Let me wipe off the. There we go. Okay. Coconut beer. I mean, I had coconut beer, but no, I don't remember. I don't recall. What, yesterday did I have a coconut beer? Are you talking about? I don't think so. But today I'm drinking. I had a cider ale, which is interesting, and I'm having a mandarin sour beer. It's a sour mandarin, and it's fucking fabulous. Oh, the minute you like this, it's actually the tagline. It's for a company that a friend of mine works for, and for whatever reason, like the hat is fucking gangster as shit, but they're into like the education business, and so they sell gear here and there just to kind of get their name out there, but they're into like education and starting up businesses, helping entrepreneurs out and shit, and it's yeah, and I helped them set up their office a little bit. So I was like, I helped you set up. Give me a shirt and a hat. I was like, I don't even wear hats. I'm not like a hat wearing person, but I do. It's one of the first hats that it fit my skull right. You know how some hats they don't fit right. They're like too big or too small or yeah. Yeah, and their tagline is ruthless for good. Meeting cannabis. Yeah. I think the cannabis in the beer is the way to go. Using cannabis to brew beer. So what's up, y'all? This was going to be a question and answer session, so if anybody wants to point in a direction or needs something answered, I'm happy to do it. What's up, Timothy Tripp? Could you do that in a business meeting? Like if you just was like burping and saying dumb shit during business meetings, it wouldn't. Not too professional over here. I don't have. This is amateur hour always. I don't have the professional. I mean, although the lighting is kind of nice, huh? It feels like I have professional lighting behind me. What's up, CJ? What's up, man? What's up, Cam? Yeah, yo. A moment of silence. How's that? Just because. Anybody else like? Anybody know about the people they can just sit there in silence with because it's you're comfortable with their being. You don't have to fucking talk all the time. You just say dumb words to people just to cover up space, just to fill in the empty blanks of insanity. You can just go sit there and go. Lucianne, there you go. Yeah, they got it. You know, bourbon is being fed well. You know, drink and eat in life. You know. Okay, Danny Skylark, you have a splendid day too. I only came here to charge my phone, but the charging is not happening as fast as I wanted, so I had to get an extra beer. Maybe we'll do a brewery tour today. Maybe I'll go to a couple breweries. There's actually a new one that just opened up down the street. So maybe we'll do that. Maybe I'll just I'll do a brewery tour of all of the breweries on Chapaloops. When I say Chapaloops, it's a shortened version of the name of the street. It's called Chapaloops. I can't even say it because it's so fucking funny. It's an old Indian word. Chapatoulas. There you go. Chapatoulas. And if you can spell Chapatoulas, if you can spell Chapatoulas and you've never been here and you don't look it up, if you can just give it a shot. Chapaloops. Now you're gonna make me. Now you got me laughing over here. Chapatoulas. That's the name of the street. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 breweries on the street and 1 distillery. There's a distillery. There's actually 3 distilleries around here. I don't want to go to distilleries today because I don't want to drink fucking straight alcohol. I don't want to get mind fucking melded today. I just want to drink some beers. You can spell Nope. And I'm not saying it wrong, but you're close, but you're missing a key letter. And even saying it, it's hard to. I'll tell you, the first letter is T. T. How do you say T when it comes before a CH? I don't know. I don't know either. Good guess though. Try with a TCH. And I think it's T. I don't even know. It's like if you've been here long enough, you have to know how to spell it. It's kind of like a mandatory thing. But I still don't know. I think it's TCHOUP. Yeah. Then it gets a little disorganized. Yeah. There's some more letters. Look it up. It's just look up New Orleans and then TCH and then street name. You'll probably find it. Maybe we're gonna brewery tour. There's one that, what is it, 3090. There's Nola Brewing, and there's a new one that just opened up, and I'm kind of excited to go there. Just make sure it's not raining outside. Google that shit, yo. Google that shit. Lucianne. Internet that thing. What's up, B. Johnson? I'm at a brewery right now called Urban South. It's a fucking cool place. Like in the warehouse. All the brewing's going on over there. Maybe I'll go take the camera over there and show you guys giant stills of Brr. There's some caskets behind. You see the caskets over there? And then over there you got beers. It's a cool little place, man. And Lucianne, I know you're looking it up right now. Open up your other web browser. Look up the choppies, the choppy chops. Probably get a 6-pack from here to go. Well, actually, they sell 4-packs here, which is interesting. There's some really, really good beers. So check this out. I'll show you. I'll show you what I got. Yeah, you Googled it. You got it. You got it. What hit? You found it out. Crazy street name. Did you do a little extra research on where it came from and the Indian tribes and all the... I'm a little upset because I left my rings at the house, but I did rock out the Wonder Woman wristbands. Look up. What you mean? Look up. What are you saying? You looked it up? What's up, Lumeno? Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. What's today? What day is it? Thursday? No shit, it's Thursday. So Thirsty Thursdays is a good day for beers. Friday, maybe I'll do a distillery tour. There's I think 4 distilleries in this town. How many distilleries are here? There's one down the street. One across town. Lula's, yep.
I'm not quite sure about the distillery. There's, I know there's a cider and ale brewery on Broad Street.
A cider place.
I'm not sure if any other distilleries within the city.
There's a distillery right down here. You know this one, yeah?
Yeah. The NOLA has one. Yeah.
Yep.
NOLA Distillery, and Lula's also part of the restaurant. If you're into that.
They have a great Sunday. They have a great Sunday special. Have you been there?
No.
$20 all you can drink.
No, really?
Yeah, and it's all fresh juice. It's all fresh squeezed, so you can make your own bloodies with the tomato juice, the fresh squeeze, and the grapefruit, and it's fabulous.
To be honest, I've been wanting to go there for a long time, but my crazy exes works there, so I don't want to. And she's like a manager, so I don't want to like.
Oh, okay.
Keep my distance.
Okay.
I like to make excuses to not drink, but I feel like that's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
I just gotta like find out if she's still over there.
You just go outside, and I'll just walk outside and hand to the beverages. You just stay out front.
Let me watch the like dog or something. Have you been out to any distilleries around here yet?
What's that?
You been out to NOLA?
Yeah.
Yeah. How was it over there? I've only been to their brewery.
I haven't been to the distillery. I've been to the brewery plenty of times. The distillery, which is like a block down, I haven't been there yet. So I was thinking maybe I'll try that out. And there's a new brewery over there that just opened like a week ago.
Miel?
Yeah.
I know the guy. He used to work here. Like I think before I started here, he had just quit. But I had like a shift with him like right before his first last hurrah. But he's Alex is a super nice guy. They've got some really great stuff coming out soon. I think they're doing like a honey ale that might already be released.
All right.
But if you haven't been over there, I'd really suggest Miel.
Yeah.
It's a great environment, you know.
Wicked.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, man.
You just visiting town?
No, I've lived here for like 6 years, so I'm just running around, taking these people on a tour of something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do new things. Yeah. Find out how the beer is at. What's the cider place? What's the name of it? You said it's on Broad?
It's Broad Street Cider and Ale. Broad Cider and Ale or something.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure where it is. I've been wanting to go there for a while. I'm working all the fucking time.
Yeah, for
See where
sure.
it's at. I think it's just like a mile or two down from Wayward Owl, where Wayward Owl used to be. So I'm really disappointed they're closed. Broad Street Cider.
Cider is in my heart. You know, cider is just that's what's up. I don't like
it's really
apples,
good.
but I love. I don't like apples, but I love applesauce and I love cider.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised that's the only one out here because it's such a huge drinking culture, you know. But I went and visited Pittsburgh, so it's like see a friend or something. And we spent most of our time at cider houses.
Really?
Like,
I did not know Pittsburgh was like a cider house kind of town, but yeah.
yeah, people take it up there. Okay, well I guess it's on our side of Broad Street. Like
Let me
I
see.
guess
Let me see. Where's that?
kind of by like the Home Depot, that area, like Marcel part of Century
Okay.
City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited. I'm gonna have to do that today.
Oh yeah,
Cool,
you can
man.
check that out.
Yeah. Wicked. Wicked.
No second line's over in Mid City. Haven't been there yet. But here it's pretty fun. I don't know anything about the tap room. But
Been to the tap room, and there's one over on Frenchman, or not on Frenchman, but cross street.
like talking about Brew Parade,
Yeah.
they got some pretty interesting stuff. Some interesting sours.
The way that the spot is like as big as a fucking bathroom, and the way they jam shit in there, I'm like, wow, you guys are really doing it. Like,
Yeah, like making it happen.
I know. It's like a limited space. That's like what people used to make beats out their closet, you know?
Yeah.
They just close the door, make the beats, and like, let's go. Yeah.
No, that's a good spot. Their courtyard's pretty cool too. There's like cramming a bunch of games up in that patio. It's pretty tight. But I used to go there like after I'd like go rock climb with my friends and just like hit Frenchman, go to like Brew Parade.
Yeah, man. Wicked. Okay, I think I got a day about it now.
Yeah. No, you
I didn't know what I was doing, and now I know.
Yeah, really.
Beer drinking all day.
Your friends want to go to breweries?
We're gonna go on a brewery tour. That's what we're gonna do.
Here?
Oh, I mean here? Maybe. Yeah. Do you guys give tours? Yeah.
Yeah.
$10 to run through.
$10 for like you get a glass to take home with you and two beers.
Okay.
So it's pretty nice.
I'll do that with some. I'll bring some people here to do that. But yeah, for sure. I'm not gonna do that by myself and just show these fools, show you fools what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, exciting, man. Cool. So $10, beer, glass. Okay.
Have a good time.
Yeah. Do you do them
I think
at
it's about,
specific times?
On the hour, like I think it's.
Okay, 12 to 7 on the hour. All right.
So we have dedicated tour guides that like that, pretty good at their craft. Big people around. I haven't been on one myself, but I went on the ones before we started the whole tour program. Nice, informative. It's a good time. They do like I think they do tours at Nola Brewery. Like
They do, yeah.
They do one or two on Fridays, but it's like it's so packed.
It is, yeah. I've tried to do it, and it's just it's a mess.
Oh yeah.
Because it's free beer. It's a free tour. It's free beer. So there's
Who's not gonna show up for free beer?
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
We have 9 balls laying around. Most common matter.
All right, what's up? What we looking at here? Gin. There we go. See, isn't that a fucking? Hey, Lucian, if you're still here, isn't that a fucking funny word to say? Trying to get it out of your mouth is a lot. Chapatulas. What's up, Zach? What's up, Shuffle? Disciple?
Yeah, right. Just watch the Breaking Bad episode where he like makes something about it. Yeah. Should have paid attention.
You had a dream where everyone could shapeshift. That's fun. Sometimes it's really weird whenever you meet people that look like or remind you of someone else that has the same characteristics. Like, I have a really good friend that lives in, fuck, I don't even know where he lives now. I think he lives in like, probably in Cali somewhere. But anyways, I met this dude down here, and my buddy was a bartender, and this dude's a bartender, and his whole mannerism and characteristic is very much just exactly the same. They're both redheads. They both have like Like they're both kind of sizable, and the way that they deliver information, talk, and interact with people, but they look similar, but it's like I always consider like, you know, dipping into another body and shape shifting and like, is that the same person? Is that actually that dude? You know, or him in a dream or something? Yeah, shape shifting is interesting. By the end of the dream, the giraffe girl said she would slob on your knob. Slob on my knob. So, by the end of the dream, a giraffe girl. That's very funny. Something that triggered something for me about giraffes. I don't know if it was like in a dream I had or somebody had typed something to me about giraffes, but that's interesting you said that. Slob on my knob. Corn on the cob. That's some cats down here in New Orleans. You know that? Anybody know that song? You're killing me with that shit, yo. Thank you, Lucy Ann North Broad Street, for the cider place. Yes, we will do that. B. Johnson, drinking spirits is risky business, but you know, when you're alive, you are a spirit yourself, and no matter what you do, you interact with other spirits. So whether you internalize them, ingest them, eating pussy is drinking spirit. You know, sucking a dick is playing with spirit. You know, handshaking somebody, that's playing with spirit. Talking to someone, that's playing with spirit. I mean, it ain't gonna be like excessively sexual, but like everything is playing with spirits. I just talked to this dude playing with spirit. So at least I know I'm getting in here. I want to check it out. You can see that right there at the bottom of the glass? All that goodness right there? That's the goodness, man. That's a living shit that keeps your that's what you'd call B12. The way that things ferment, the energy in the beer, the bubble is basically it going through a process of breathing. That's what B12 is. B12 that vegetarians don't get, that don't drink alcohol, especially beer. Beer is what we're talking about. If you don't drink beer, you're less capable of processing the. See, this is where vegans are killing themselves. Vegans that don't drink and won't eat yogurt, that's all the shit they need right there. That's the bacterium that is actually sustaining their life. And so they eat all the garbage and the plastic and the everything vegetables. Well, yeah, vegetables are fine, but you know, let the vegetable turn into this. Go make yourself some beer out of vegetables. What do you think's happening in your system anyways? What do you think your body's doing? Yeah, you laughing at that. Yeah, keep playing with that. With the chop-a-tooless. How many syllables is that? Chop-a-tooless. That's only 4 syllables. It looks like it should be a lot more though. It's a very, very interesting word. Apparently. Let's see what should I do this time. I really like that. Tropical Reflections IPA.
It's a mango IPA.
I haven't had that one yet, I don't think. Let me do that. Yeah.
It's out of a can like the Mandarin.
Oh, there is. Perfect. 2 of them. Gematria triggers a lot of stuff, yeah. Yeah, the B12. I mean, I hate saying B12 because I just like this. I like to keep it simple and unscientific, meaning that I like to keep it like, what would you do just in the organic environment if you didn't know language? What would you do? I would consume fruits and vegetables, and to get those juices moving and flowing in the blood and the mind and all of this kind of percolating. I think that's the word. Thank you, man.
Juice.
Yeah. The word is percolating. And to keep things percolating, you would eventually come to the terms and realize that there's a process of fermentation going on, and the fermentation really means, like, look at it, it's a living system. Look at it. Look at all the stuff up here. It's all bubbling. It's breathing. The same way I'm breathing. And I drink it, it helps to process and digest things in my system. If I put food in water, it's gonna just sit there and it's gonna. But if I put food in here, or sugar, because carbohydrates or sugars or just we'll call it food. I don't want to get into all that shit, but throw that in here, it processes it. So this thing right here is processing food to turn it into life. Why wouldn't you consume it? Why wouldn't you consume this? You can drink all the water you want. You can be healthy as fuck on water. I mean, everybody knows this. You can drink your piss, drink water. But how does beer work? If you use distilled water to try to brew beer, it wouldn't work. Just to let you know that you need to have what is hard water. That's where farmhouse ales come from. Is the idea that water was kind of let me make sense out of this for you. Hard water means there's a lot of minerals and elements in it. You shouldn't drink that. What you want to do is you turn to putting that as beer with a bunch of other substances, and those are helping to process it to turn it into a living system. Where distilled water doesn't have any of that in it, which is the reason why distilled water is so healthy, because this is a distillate. This is why alcohol is distilled. It's not still, because there's nothing in it to stop it from moving. If you weigh down water with a bunch of heavy metals and salts and shit, that's what you're getting through. That's what you're starting with at the starting point to brew beer, because it's helping to brew the beer. Distilled water is empty, so it wouldn't brew a beer. So all of those things in there are actually are becoming combustion, causing energy. It's like iron rusting. It's like combusting it, which this is. You could watch the process outside of you, which is right here. This is the process going on inside of your body. If you eat right, if you consume right. But people will be like, no alcohol, just eat the raw vegetables. You're getting half of the story. Especially if you're doing the vegan shit. I'm gonna say I do this every fucking show. Watch it time and time again. You watch these vegans have been vegans for a few years. All of a sudden, the channel just kind of goes, and then all of a sudden, some of these cats, they come up like, yeah, I was wrong. Veganism is stupid, and they start eating meat. Now that's not the choice. The choice is being vegetarian with the option, an omnivore with the option of eating meat. It seems to be a simple way to live life, but make sure you get that beer in that diet. How do you make beer? You have fruits. Mush the fruits up, put a cheesecloth on top of it. Simple. Or if you get really advanced with it, you would get a bubbler. It's like you put water in it, and so that way it can breathe out, but nothing can get back inside. It's kind of like a trap that's on a toilet. It's an S. That's the shape of it. I forget the exact name of it, but it allows the fruit to start to, well, you'd call it decay, but it's not decaying. It's just changing forms, and it breathes. And as it breathes, it takes all of the. No, we could disagree on whatever it's called. Carbohydrates, sugars, it doesn't really matter. It's just changing form and substance to become a more digested version of the fruit. So when people say like this shit is liquid bread, yeah, it is. And you can consume a lot more of it. So you're getting more nutrition. Yeah, there you go, dude. I mean, the basic necessities. Just all you got to do is, yeah. Anybody that's brewed beer, like the easiest way, you probably brewed beer by accident before. You take some grape juice, Take some grape juice, unpasteurized grape juice, leave the top off, like just uncrack the top of it. You'll make wine. Let it sit, and it'll start to process itself. So if that's the ultimate state of the food, isn't it? It's going to go that direction. So why impede the process? Why eat the food if you could drink the beer? There's no nutrition in that? That's not true at all. That's all of the nutrition. If you took all of the fruits and vegetables and put it into a still, right, and you turn it into a mash, you mash it up like a stew, where's the nutrition going? It's still there. In fact, it's advancing itself. It's turning itself into the next thing, like a caterpillar turns into a butterfly. That's what it is. That's what alcohol is. It's the next step of evolution. Can you put them in the sun? You could, but no, cool, dark places are better. It depends on the beer. It depends on what you're brewing. Some things require, depending on the kind of, where do you live? Because I'll make it easy that way. It depends on the kind of food you're using, the kind of, if you're gonna use roots or you gotta boil it first, right? This would be the start to make beer. You'd boil something, but you don't need to. You don't need to. It depends on if you're gonna use plant life, fruit, because now the fruit is a higher sugar content, the plant life is a lower sugar, more carbohydrates, and the root life is something completely different. And they're all gonna require a different temperature, depending on where you live and what you're doing. The kind of, like, you have wild ferments, which means you basically just let whatever's around you ferment start the process of fermentation. You could use a whisker off of your beard. There's actually a brewing company that uses a beard hair of one of the brewers to start the process of the brewing. But you could also buy packaged yeast. You're looking for yeast, and the yeast are what's causing the life to happen within the system. So you need a starter. Most people need a starter yeast. This is how you make kombucha. But see, you have certain strains of yeast. This is the difference between Budweiser and Coors Light, is the strain of yeast they're using. And it's like, that's locked down. This is the yeast we use. Well, this is the yeast we use. But you can use wild crafted, wild yeast, and those bacteria are going to cause a different flavor profile. So using those different yeast and different temperatures, it's going to result in a wildly different beer. So you could actually take the same grains and put it in 3 different locations or 3 different temperatures and use 3 different yeasts, and you're going to have a absurdly different end product. But nonetheless, all you need to do is let it brew, man. Or you can make vinegar out of it. The process of making vinegar is you have aerobic and anaerobic processes. The aerobic process means breathing. Anaerobic, if you shut off the breathing. Lucien, brewer's yeast. I mean, brewer's yeast is the name brewer's yeast is usually kind of, that's just an idea, right? You could use that, I suppose, but that's usually what they use as a food additive for things, because it's living. And so a lot of people add brewer's yeast to things that they're eating because it's a yeast. But there's a billion different there's a billion different kinds of yeast. So think of the yeast are cultures. Think of there's a million different cultures on the earth. There's a million different yeasts on the earth. The culture is what's cultivating what's occurring, right, within the beer. So the yeast could be anything. a lot of it's invisible. It's almost like magic. This is a lot of ancient cultures. What they would say is they would take pots, clay pots of beer, and they would set them next to another pot of beer, and they thought that what they said is it was teaching the other pot how to brew. But it was just in the sense that it was in the same area and it was collecting the same kind of information or yeast out of the air. So that bacteria in the air was helping the thing brew. And if you open up a pot of beer, like there's obviously some energetics going on there. There's a little more in the energetic universe of how beers work. But you can specifically find types of yeast that will have. You have champagne yeast. The reason champagne bubbles are the way they are is because of the kind of yeast. Kombucha, like look at a SCOBY. A SCOBY is a mushroom, but it's also like you're making a beer, making a beer vinegar. That's about what a kombucha is, a vinegar beer. It's very low percent, but it has a lot of the. See, like these vegans or these people out here that are like on the kombucha thing, that are on like alkaline diet or whatever. These people are like, no, kombucha is vinegar. Vinegar is acidic. Balsamic vinegar, acidic, and all these different kind of acids. Well, they're very helpful, and they should be, and they are. But they're not recognizing the chemistry, your body being the alchemical system itself. So the things that are going on in this brewery right now, your body is doing. But you can assist the body by doing the work outside of yourself and then ingesting it. There you go, Dimension. Yeah, Belgian wheat ale is yeast, water, and wheat. Now, yeah, the process is fucking simple. All you need is a food item. You can, like, Budweiser beer isn't even actually a fucking beer. It's a rice wine for the most part, because what they do is they use rice as the staple for their sugars, their carbohydrates, which are sugars, right? So they use mostly rice, and when you make rice, you're making sake. When you use rice, you're making sake. And sake is rice wine, but they do ad hoc it. They use additives, but it's normally what you say. If you went with the purity laws, the Bavarian purity laws, you'd use like there's just a very simple process. This is what you do. But then there's like, okay, can we add some rice to the wheat? Wheat was never supposed to be made into bread. Wheat was supposed to be made into beer, and then the spent grain was supposed to be turned into bread, or used as filler for people to for animals, basically.
How you doing? What's the name again?
I have never tried using the orange for making mead. That's a lot of people have been talking about that. Some people have brewed things. They've made kombucha or some sort of. They've made like that. They've made a SCOBY out of it. Your boy. I haven't talked to him in a long time. I don't know why. We just kind of lost contact. David Phillips. Check out David Phillips' channel. David Phillips. Pretty easy. Him and whenever I talk about him, I always think about my dude from Las Vegas. But yeah, David Phillips' channel. Check that out. Wiley Schmidt is the other dude. I don't think he's brewed anything. He does a lot of interesting things with aged urine, but David Phillips, he made a SCOBY out of urine. Pretty interesting. Yeah, rice is a good. It's a cheap, easy starting point. Yeah. Back to it though. Anything. So here's the alchemy of it. The roots to the fruits. I'll do a whole video on the roots to the fruits. But the process, the roots is the same thing as the fruit is. The fruit just happens to be the most. Like that's the most edible, delicious portion. It's already been instilled with sunlight and water. That's why the water rises up the tree trunk to go out to the fruits, and then the fruits drop down into your hand. That's the easiest way to do it. But you can use the bark or what would be the foliage, what's going on around the tree, the vegetation. You can use those because there's still an amount of. I try to get away from the technical terms, saying something like carbohydrates and sugars, but that's literally kind of how it works. There's just the amount of released energy. Roots have they're dense, so for you to get the energy out of them, you need to heat roots up. For fruits, you don't need to heat up a fruit. You don't cook a fruit. See, you don't cook fruits. It would make no sense. You eat the fruit because it's finished. Something that's on the ground as vegetation, sometimes you eat it, sometimes you cook it. But if it's a root, you're definitely cooking it. And you're definitely going to use the things that are down there because it hasn't developed itself to the point of what a fruit is. It still has the same makeup of energy, but it's just not processed right. So to extract the information from a root, you need hot water or a boil. But for the fruit, you just squeeze it, and there it is. It's the same thing. The root's going to just have a different. It's going to have an earthy. So you talk about the elements, like in the sense of like what your sign is. Some people are earth signs. So earth signs are gonna like different types of alcoholic beverages. Whether it's a fruit ale, or a vegetation ale, or a root liquor, right? Licorice. I don't know. Whatever. These things. What does a fire sign like? Fire sign is not a. As I like to point out, there are only really truly 3 signs. The fire isn't it's earth, water, and air. Fire is a transmutative property. Fire is a transmutative force. So you can look at the air. The air is the air. There it is. There's the water. It's clean. It's just water. And there's the earth. It's earth. Fire can be different temperatures. It's all over the place. It uses the other things, and it's transmutative. So the fire sign can kind of it's making use of the earth, the air, and water too, but mostly it makes use of the earth because it's burning it with the help of the air. So like for me, I'm like being an air sign. What I can do to people that are fire signs is I can blow on their sign and help them heat something up and expand and create, or I can blow them out. You know, help them puff and blow the fucking, the fire out. So for me, fire signs, I can work well with until they start like whatever. Then I'll just like, oh fuck this, blow it out, because it's not an actual thing. So water, I can spin around and things. It doesn't go anywhere. I'll just turn into a whatever. Water can't do shit to the air sign, right? Water can put fire out though. See, and also earth can put fire out because it's not the same. What does water do to earth? It doesn't do anything to it. It holds it, it wraps around it, but it doesn't do anything to it. What does air do to earth? Nothing. Like so, those 3 intermingle in different ways. The fire being a transmutative property can add to, which is what alchemy is this is why we're called the fire keepers. This is why we have opposable thumbs, because we know how to make fire and use it. We hold fire. We hold flame. So fire is not an element. Fire is what the humans learn to do. Prometheus Rising. All these people coming in forgot the credit card yesterday. So did that make a lot of sense? B. Johnson and Cephalus. Cephalus, you got that? That makes sense? Yeah, well, you got to even realize that if everything is upside down and backwards and everything is misdirection, everything's kind of a lie, that you have to kind of look. I don't think anybody out here is lying to people on purpose, but like just to repeat information, because you know there's air, fire, earth, and water. Nah,
I'll try to make
it ain't like that.
it.
Really, there's one thing. I've told people this before. I'm gonna tell you again. There's one thing. It's Earth. That's all there is. That's the material. That's the material realm. That's the thing that makes my body. But because I'm an air sign, I know that I'm spirit. I'm consciousness. Spirit means breathing. I am spirit, but body made of earth holds me here. But my body that's made of earth, which is my skin, takes all of the water and puts it inside of me. And the earth holds the water inside of me. And for me to animate myself without air, water, and earth don't matter. Because there's no spirit. Thus spirit. Spirit, energy, breathing. So the union of the water and the earth makes the body, then the spirit allows it to move. And for us to stay alive, we need fire. So we created fire. Humans, gods, create fire. Fire, we could put the fire out. That's the thing. Put the fire out, we all dead. It doesn't really matter. I mean, you ain't gonna see shit. But it's still the product of the three things. It's densities. The density of earth is the lowest, then water, then air. There's no density to fire per se. Because water needs water to be water. Earth needs earth to be earth. Air needs air to be air. But fire needs earth and air. Definitely. The water thing, I haven't really, doesn't really need water. It just needs earth and air. But water to tone it down a little bit. You know what I mean? To cool it. You need water to cool the fire. But fire is a result of being alive. It's not an element. B. Johnson, when are you gonna put a picture up next to your name? I'm always, hey B. Johnson, I love people that come in and talk, and I always have a good time chatting with you. But I'm always very highly suspect of people that don't even take the time to just put a picture up next to them. I think it's, instead of just being, what up, B? Maybe you could just draw the B, or just take a picture off the internet and put it right next to you. It'd be good. It'll give you a little flavor, And I'm guessing you're a fire sign, is that why you asked? What's up, buddy? Yeah. So hopefully that made sense for everybody, and I wish I could start a video with that kind of talk for people about alchemy and how that works, but it's for me, it's convoluted. Well, no, what's the word? It's contrived. How's that? If I were to start a video with like here's my goal of teaching this today, it doesn't feel right for me to do it. There has to be a build up or a lead up in somebody's ideas and questions and things where, like, if someone's willing to listen to me for fucking an hour, then you can have that. But to start it, be like, well, here's how all of the chemistry works, and here's how the elements work. Like, if I just started off a book saying there isn't 4 elements, there's 3, maybe I'll write that book. Well, thank you, B. Johnson. Yeah. The biggest thing that you can teach your children and you can teach your friends is never apologize for shit. Never say please, never apologize, but always say thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that. Because there's cultures, like basically the whole of India has no word that means please. It has no word that means thank you. Because there's just a general respect and like there's no admiration. It's kind kind of like Alan Watts says. He says, if you're in America and you come out here, you come out here and you be like, I'm God. People will think you're fucking crazy. They'll put you in a loony bin. They'll put you in a hospital. I'm God. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And if you go to India and say that, they'll be like, oh, glad you found out. That's the thing. Now the connection to that is this. Is if everybody's God, then why you gotta please anyone? Please is the word that you go to court and you say, please. Oh, please don't hurt me, as if that person's better than you. Please do this, please do that, as if, you know, you plead to somebody that you think is better than you. You don't plead to anybody. How would you ever do that? That it's not a sign of, but what do they teach you in school? Please. They teach you to say please and thank you. Parents say, oh, say please, say please. Fuck that. Don't ever allow your children to say please. Say no to them less. Give them different options, but don't ever teach them to say please. It makes that, because that's sadomasochist. It's bondage. You're showing your child the slavery. You're making your child a slave to a statist or a status of the mind, saying, well, the state's better than me, the country's better than me, I bow to the country, I bow to the fucking God, I bow to this fucking thing, as if something outside of them is more capable than they are. It makes them weak and inferior. And I'm not out here to help people become inferior. But to say I create gods is not right, but to say that I unleash people's own godlike, that's it. And gods don't say please. But we do say thank you. You know what I'm saying? You know, thanking somebody is like, yeah, thank you. But even in the old cultures, it's just an expectation that people would help out the person over here. But we've been designed and trained to not help each other. Hey, yeah, that's funny you said that. Lucienne, it's funny you said that. Sagittarius and the number 23, and a friend of mine is a Sagittarius born on the 23rd, which is very funny.
I was DJing last night, and I put my equipment in the office.
Yeah, and Lucienne, it's funny because my friend she's a cusp, a Scorpio Sagittarius cusp, born on the 23rd of November. Fucking funny you say that. 13 signs? Well, there's 12 signs, and then there's the one sun. That's the 13th sign. It's not a sign. It just is. It's the correct O of the monad. Like if I do this, you say, oh, I'm throwing up 666. I know I'm showing you a circle. How's that? Is that better? So, you know, 0. It's the dot in the middle. It's how you form a clock. There's 12 hours in a day, but there's the one central location, which is the center sun. It's not another sign. I mean, it is, but it isn't. It's like, it's a time lord. It's what controls the time. Is it separate than the time? No. Does it control the time? Sort of. The energies of time and the universe spew out of the center focus points of what you'd call, it's introspection, it's introversion, and it's inversion, and it's also a spiraling vortex into self, which creates time outside of you, which causes you to be what the 13th thing would be, but you can't see it. It doesn't. The 13th thing doesn't exist that way. I mean, numbers don't exist, but it for the sake of the mathematical mind, the matter mind, then yeah, then there's the 12 things and one thing that holds it all together. You'd say, I'm on this earth, but I'm not of it, kind of thing. Oh yeah, a lot of full moon energy, huh? Is it full moon today? Is that what's going on? Is that why I'm just fucking energetic pulsing all day? Yeah, Lumeno, yeah. Hey, Lumeno, how's that fucking beard going, man? I ain't seen any of your IG posts lately. How's the fucking... How's that, how's that going? Thanksgiving evening of the 26th. Wait, I thought Thanksgiving was the 23rd. Or is it just always the third Thursday? Isn't it the third Thursday or is it the fourth Thursday? Which one is it? I thought it was always the third Thursday, but then I heard it was the fourth Thursday, but I thought it tends to be around, isn't that how it works? The third or fourth Thursday? I don't know. I think it's the fourth. I'm going to go with the fourth at this point. Andrew Love, Aquarius man and Leo woman, water man and fire woman. Yeah, that could work. That would work. You just got to watch out that you don't get your fire put out. That's about it, you know. It could work, but there's obviously signs that do not work together. That it doesn't work well. Okay, it's everyone can work together. That's for sure. You know, like think about it. There's a company or a corporation. There's all the signs within that company or corporation, so people work together. But it's like, who's good at doing things together? Because you got the male energy plus fire, which makes you super electric. Aquarius man. Okay, so you're water. Yeah, see, if it was the other way around, if it was a Leo man and Aquarius woman, probably not as good. I don't think. You could probably look these up. Look up the compatibility. Look up Aquarius and Leo compatibility, and you'll find a couple good websites. And it's funny. I was like this chick the other day that I kind of dig on a little bit. I asked her what her birthday was, and then I looked it up, and like I never knew. I forget what her birthday was, but we were like 95% matched in every fucking thing. Like when I look at her and talk to her, like we very much get along. I just can't tell if she's just like that with everybody. You know, like people like that are just very chatty and out there. So I was like, I couldn't tell if she was just like, if she was kicking game with me, or if she was like, she's just like that to everybody because she's good looking and she's, you know. But I was like, it's very interesting when you look into it a little deeper. Like, well, yeah, of course, if you're watery or you're airy, it's, you know, things are gonna work differently. Fire signs, you're probably gonna have the best with the earth sign, I think. Or a water sign is probably gonna have the best with probably another water sign. Very watery. What's up, Fizo? Sagittarius, Katarina. I called you Katrina the other day. Katarina, because I couldn't see your name there. Sag? Yeah. I get along with Sagittarius very well. Scorpios, I have a very good physical thing with them, but not much mental. But there's also the rising signs of them, and you've got the rising sign, and you've got the which is how actually people are in public. You know, kind of like how they are, and then you have a moon sign, which is that reserved portion. The sun sign is what they are, but they don't necessarily express it. And it's very funny because when people meet me, even though for me it's very obvious what I am, no one ever guesses. I'm telling you, 99% of people, I'm like, it will be your last guess. And I'm not talking them into it. I mean, I do at this point because it's funny, but I'm like, you will not guess, and I don't know why. And they'll guess every fucking sign before what mine is. But, yesterday, you know what I did yesterday? I guessed somebody's birthday exactly to the day. How you feel about that? Right to the fucking day, which is hilarious. Tripped the dude out. He was like, what the fuck what are you doing? Like, this is how it works. So I'm going to put that in my bag of, I think I probably 8 or 9 people have guessed their birthday dead on. Out of maybe 150. That's crazy. Oh, the full moon was days ago. No more full moon. Yeah, but I stay juiced up on moon energy. Hey, Mary Mercury. I seen you driving around earlier today. I seen you driving around just ranting about shit. I'm Mary Mercury. You're very Mercurian. Is that what it is? Are you a Gemini? Are you a Gemini? Is that why you're Mercury? Hey Zach Chrono, you say you asked because you were born on full moon. Full moon people always have their sun and moon in opposite signs. Is that for real? Because I don't think that's true. Logically speaking, if there was an eclipse on your birthday or on your born day, then it wouldn't be opposite, would it? It would be the same, right? It would have to be. This is in the same part of the sky. It's right there. And Lucian, you said third Tuesday? No, it's the fourth Thursday. Isn't it Thursday? It's fucking Thursday. If it's the third Tuesday now, we just went through some portals and realms and shit. Third Thursday of November. Okay, Katarina, look it up. I'm pretty sure it's the fourth because I always believed it growing up to be the third, but it's not. This was one of those Mandela effect things. It's the fourth Thursday. I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna go with I'm pretty sure about that. Taurus is an earth sign, and Aquarius is what? It's water or air? I always expect the Aquarius, so you got the Aries and you got Aquarius, so you'd think Aries means air and Aquarius means water, but I think they're flipped. Is that right? Male Taurus, female Aquarius. Yeah, I don't know the signs that well off the top of my head, man. If I had a chart in front of me, I could break it down real easy, but I just two years into doing this shit, and I should know this shit by now, but right off the top, Taurus and Aquarius probably works well for a little while, but I don't think it would be lasting. And again, it goes back into the rising signs and the moon signs. I think the moon signs are more revealing of what people are when they're together. Like if you had a union of two people, I don't think the sun signs matter as much. I think that's what it would look like if you're out in public and hanging out and chitty chatting and doing shit. Like then your sun and rising sign matter, but it like, you know, if you fucking, you better find out what someone's moon sign is. Yeah, Jonathan Valentine, you probably know. Oh, thank you, sir. Beard mode for you is in wizard mode. Yeah, this is where I let it get to, where it becomes a little like, should I just let it go at this point? I think I'll just let it go. This is the point where it starts to get a little wispy, and like I usually you know cut back the neck hair and keep this off my cheeks. But I'm kind of like, fuck it. I think I'm gonna let my fingernails and my hair grow. But yeah, Fizo, you should listen to Jonathan. He knows astrology way better than I do. I know a lot of shit that other people don't, but astrology, for whatever reason, I think there's a very purposeful reason that I don't study it on purpose. Like I just purposely don't study it that much. Is because then I would equate everything to astrology, which I don't think is I think it's great that people know it, but for me, because I'm a little bit you get a little obsessive and compulsive about things, you get that OCD working, and I don't want to know it that well, because if I knew that well, because I already can read people very, very well, through mannerisms, through what their facial diagnostics would be, what their body movements are, and how they, that's easy. So if I just added to that, and I was like, just throw in there how people function based off of their sign, their birthday, I feel like that'd be like too much of a cheat code, and it'd be less fun. You know, it'd be less fun to interact with people because they're like, oh shit, I already know, and I would what's the thing that I'd pigeonhole people, you know, and I don't like doing that. It's like you kind of get a feeling, you know, getting a feeling from someone is fine, but you know, to say, oh, this person's a fucking, like you're a lunch lady, you must be fat and have a mole right there, and like, you know, you go through this whole process when you think about them. And if someone's like, oh, I'm a Leo rising, Sagittarius with the, you know, then I would be like, oh, I already know who you are. See, because my supposition would be everybody should be the 13th sign. If I like to loop things back into things. I think everyone is the 13th sign, or the sun symbolism of the monad, or the alchemical symbol of gold. I think everybody is that. They just don't know it. Which is back to Alan Watts saying, you know, everybody is already God mode. Ryan Duvall, what's up, man? Aquarius is my energy. Jordan, what's up? You Aries and your girl is Cancer. Your Cancer is everything about crabby, down, bottom, feeding, like just underneath the water. I mean, think about it. The crab is underneath the water. So, what would a crab work well with? If you were Earth, then that would get at you. It would dig at you. If you were water, I would assume water sign would work well with a Cancer. But if you air, you can't even. What you going to do with the crab? The only thing in air, the crab is underwater. It doesn't work with air. But it does work with air if you pull it up out the bottom of the sea and you cook it and you eat it. It ain't a pet. A Cancer, crabby Cancer, crabby. It doesn't work well with air. Because it can't. Well, it'll just dry out. It ain't breathe. It's underwater. What is it gonna breathe? It can't breathe like we breathe. It's a lower density. It's a lower density thing.
I have not mentioned anything to.
Aquarius is air. See, aqua, which means water, right? See, here's all the confusing shit that they do. And Aries says air, but it's water. The fuck? Thank you, Katarina. Correction. Thanksgiving is always celebrated on the fourth Thursday. Now, I get it, but I grew up on the third Thursday. I grew up and I was told it was the third Thursday. That was something. It wasn't like, you know, you don't think about it every day and it's not drilled in your head, but it's something that, you know, there's some sort of that's what I believed. Why did everybody believe that? That's one of the Mandela effects for real. Everybody's like, it was the third Thursday, right? And you go, no, it's actually the fourth. And then you start looking at the calendar and you go, holy shit, it's always the fourth. But maybe it was always the fourth Thursday, but they just told us it was the third Thursday. But who was really looking at a fucking calendar saying, is it the third or fourth? It's the fourth. Every year it's the fourth. But nobody looked at the calendar. So how would you know? And if you did know, 25 years ago, if you knew, what are you going to do? Read a fucking newspaper article about it that no one's going to read, nobody cares about? What are you going to do? Fucking make even now, if I just told people about this whole mandala of it's the fourth Thursday, not the third, everybody like, no, it was the third. But no, here, look, I'm going to show you the paperwork, the calendar, the whole thing. As long as you've known, it's always the fourth. You go, what? Like, well, you can just, it's factual. You just, facts right here. We look at black and white. We got it all figured out. But who would even recognize that? You just, oh, it's the third Thursday. Okay, you just go, yep, yes, it's the third Thursday. And you wake up and you're eating some turkey. You get all that tryptophan in you. And you take a fucking nap. Fucking white-ass turkey motherfuckers. Somebody told me I was white the other day. I was like, hey, I ain't white, motherfucker. You stupid. See what I'm saying? It's just like what people like think. because what they subscribe to, what they just keep chirping back.
I think it's pretty well.
It's the fourth.
I was ready to get it back.
Crazy, right?
Kind of thin for myself.
All right, Mary, Mercury, good to see you. The Martians and the Mercurians.
When do you think you're gonna be ready to
Oh, you're a Mercurian from Mars? Okay, yeah. Mars is what if you're still here, Mars is that next realm out, which is the sun sign from Lemuria, which means Asian, and so you're Asian with Aryan influence. That makes sense.
Officially qualified
Yeah, and John Valentine, I'll just go right in there. Like, okay, you've heard that full moon birthdays have opposing sun and moon, but that might be right most of the time. But if you just considered it, if there's a full moon and an eclipse, then how could someone have opposing? It would be the same, wouldn't it? I don't know astrology like that. Maybe I'm missing something here, but wouldn't it just logically, if you were just to look at it, you would have to say, oh yeah, it actually would be the same one. If you was born when the moon was where the sun was, if you're born during an eclipse, man, I always want to look up my birthday, but I don't even trust the people that told me what my birthday was, because that's not. Fuck you. Tell me what my born day was. I don't want to hear about my birthday. I was never birthed. I ain't fucking shipping products. Goddamn. Hey, Mary Mercury keeps saying thug. Thug it out. Ooh, good song, by the way. Same order repeats 3 times the zodiac: fire, earth, air, water. Yeah. What's up, Joe Mama? George Garrison, what's going on? Yeah, this realm. The reason we're in the third here, Mary Mercury, if we're still here, and if anybody else wants to dig in, the reason we're in the third rock from the sun. I'm gonna make it very clear and very simple. The circles are the realms or the discs that are outside of us. The first realm outside of us. This is why we're the third, or we're the third density, or the third rock from the sun. They tell you this, which is the first rock that came out of the middle that got exploded. Well, no, it's not exploding, but it's burgeoning is a good word. As it got bigger, it got outside of where the sun is and became the first realm, which is Hyperborea. And then Lemuria was birthed out of the middle and pushed Hyperborea out. Hyperborea is the dark realm, or the dark. It's where black arts come from, or what you call the super melanated people, the outer realm. And you have Lemuria, which is the Asian realm, squinty-eyed fish people, and that pushed the next realm out. And then here we are on. It's not Earth. We live in Atlantis. Atlantis was the third realm. Now there's a realm inside that's pushing Atlantis out farther. But the first realm, the second realm, and then here on what you call Earth or Gaia, or where we're from. I mean, not all of us are from here. I don't think I'm from here. Because some people went through gates. Like some Hyperboreans came through 2 realms to come here. And some Lemurians came here. And then you have the Aryans. The Aryans are the inner realm that are pushing out become the 4th density. This is why when you even get into the Third Reich or the third anything, it was the people from the inner realms, the Aryans, which are from the 4th realm, internal to where the tree of life is, it was pushing all of the other realms out farther. It's just a birthing process. It's not like pushing things away, but it's making other realms bigger. So the Hyperborean is the biggest, largest realm. And then the Lumerians, Hyperboreans, black people. That's what you say. They're not black, they're just melanated because their sun is different. And then you got the Asians, which are the shorter people. So tall, larger, you know, because their melanation is different. Then you've got these yellow people, which are Asian, the next realm. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. See? Then you have these Atlanteans here. Look at the cross that the Indians do. What colors are on that cross? Yellow, red, white, and black, right? So you got those black people, those yellow people, and then here, what zone are we in? Red zone. This is red. This is why people here are from India. Dot with the red dot on their forehead, or a feather. Same thing, but they're slightly a little different. We're from the Indians. We're inside of Diana, Indians. And then inside of there are the Aryans, are the white race. The white brotherhood is from the white realms, the white hats, the KKK, all that shit. It's not an evil thing. It's a symbolic thing of the realm on the inside, which is white. The next realm, which is red, then yellow, then black. Look at the whole circle. Look at the fucking circle with the. That's what it is. It's got a cross in there, which is associated with magic. The cross is not this way, and it's not that way. It's crossed perfectly in the middle. So there's the four realms or dimensions. Well, the dimensions are outside of us. The realms are where we live, and so we live on the third rock. Because we are the third rock that came out of the middle. Yeah? There you go. Mary Mercury coming into the body. That's interesting. I like the idea. Because people talk about past lives, but even in this body you have past lives. Like how you are, where you are, and where you came from. And as a caveat, I can't prove anything. I can't prove anything I just said to you. But it's a knowing. It's a knowledge. It's not like somebody told me that. It's like when I looked and I researched all the shit, that's what makes sense. But getting into this body is kind of like getting out of body.
Chris is ready. So, bald head for you.
She smelled good. She smelled really good, didn't she? It was like sandalwood and...
I like sandalwood.
And a little patchouli, sandalwood, and something else. Rosy? But it's very earthy and like brown. You smell the like rich.
Kind of like a sandstone, like
everything's sandy, right? Browny, kind of like
a little resonance.
Yeah, like resin. Yeah. I could dig it.
Yeah, I'm into it. What's next? You like the sours? Have you had our cooped up yet?
Yeah, plenty of times. It's awesome. I'll probably get that. You still have 6 packs to go, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, aren't you taking that off? Or are you taking the Paradise Park? Was it the Cooped Up or the Paradise Park? Huh?
We're actually going to discontinue the second set, and I think the Cooped Up. Don't quote me on that. I think we are going to discontinue the Cooped Up, but still kind of like use its base to brew like future beers like the Blackberry Tart, things of that nature.
The second set, what's that?
That's our Pilsner.
Just a standard thing that you... Is there anything that you...
It used to be like a year-round thing.
Yeah.
But Paradise Park has kind of replaced it, so we're going to phase into Paradise Park a little bit heavier.
You're going to phase out Paradise Park, or
phase
no?
Phase out second set and phase into Paradise Park.
Yeah, Paradise Park is just genius.
Oh, no, that's really great
Yeah.
with the melon hops. And it's got
What kind of hops do you use?
I think it's Heller melon hops. And it's brewed with the same malt as the second set, so it's got still like that Pilsner feel, you know?
You know what I haven't had? The cafe. Is that a coffee stop? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a milky coffee stout.
How thick and is it too much to do right now? Should I have it for breakfast? Let me just taste it. I'll be right back. I'm trying to figure out a beer here so I can continue this. See, I speak differently with different beers.
It's
That's what
not
happens.
super heavy. That's a 7%, but it is slightly caffeinated.
Oh, caffeination. Yeah.
It's not gonna get your heart pumping through too hard, but I just wouldn't do 3 of them back to back. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's really delicious. This is a really.
The lactic milkiness is really gonna like ground out that mouthfeel. It's gonna be a little velvety too.
This is really, really gorgeous because I drink a lot of stouts that I like. I like to try stouts, but oftentimes they fuck them up.
Oh yeah, so we're gonna use that as a base for. I think we're releasing 2 other ones tomorrow, like a pumpkin and an espresso stout.
I heard about the pumpkin spice.
Yeah, pumpkin spice.
I'm gonna put my UGG boots on and put my I'm gonna get ready.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find me some basic.
Like a Starbucks cup.
Oh yeah, you should. That would be cool if you like had like a folk Starbucks kind of cup to serve it in.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cute. But
That's what I should get for like. That's what I should have got when I was like going to school, sneaking like a pint of class. It's just, like, people don't even try to hide it.
Nah, just get to it. This is fabulous. I just don't want it right now, but it's fucking
No, I totally
really
get that. It's
really good.
It's a big flavor, you know. So you already had the Mandarin.
I haven't done the Oktoberfest yet. How
It's
festival is that?
Caramelly. You can taste some pretzel like flavors in the malts. Not so toasty, but it's a little sweet. It's not as heavily malted as some other lagers. It's not super boozy either, so you can come back with you.
All right, let me do the grapefruit. I haven't done that yet, right? Let's do the grapefruit. Perfect. All right, we back. We're about to do grapefruit now. Lucianne, there you go, the green dot in the center. That is how it works. The green dot is the middle of the earth where, thank you, man. Green dot is where the Christmas tree, this is, you get into all these other people's works. And there's a lot of dudes out here that are putting out some really good shit, but they're really kind of like just off-putting with the way they put it out, but they're putting out honest information. And everybody, if you know who I'm talking about, like, I never met the dude, he's probably a cool cat, but I used to follow his channel. And a bunch of other people's too, but that's what they're talking about, that middle center pole of Earth, the North Pole, that center where the Ouroboros is, the center. I mean, it's in one sense it's the heart or the heart world, but everything is Earth, right? And out of there was birthed all of the property, the land masses, which is the green in the center that pushed out the 4 that are we're at 4 right now. The next birthing is apparently, what, like 9,000 years away or something? There'll be another species. And that some of you will raise the next species. We're all different species. We're all different, like, I mean, specific, I mean, we can intermingle and breed together, which is the point.
Yeah, so this is
But
you can, did you bring those other ones together? You're an awesome.
But yeah, the realms, there you go, the black realm, the white realm, the yellow realm, and the red realm. Aren't they called yellow people? Aren't we called white people? Aren't they called black people? Isn't the red man somewhere? The red man? Go listen to Red Man. Go listen to Red Man. Go find about the natives to the America, the rich soil, the rich soul. These people. You know, there's a story there. There's a real, like, there's a holistic thing there. There's a hole in the middle that pushes everything out. It's like the belly button or bowels world. The belly button is connected to bowel, which is connected to the woman's Vesica Pisces, which is, you know, that's what we do. That's where we come from. We all come from there. You know, there you go. Right there? Where is it? Is it up there? You get different light that comes out of it because the color of light is clear, but then it gets divided through what a triangle is. The triangle is the Vesca Pisces, which is like Hove throws that shit up, right? Now, does he know what it really means? I don't know. Is he doing it for money? I don't fucking know. I don't know that fucking dude. Maybe he's fucking honest and he's like a Prince cat, right? No Prince out here? Prince was telling people the truth. Is that really? I mean, was Prince just done? Prince didn't. I think Prince died. You gotta be fucking donkey lips. You gotta be redonkulous to think that dude died. Or he just went to another realm. He's like, yo, there's nothing more I can do here. Prince put out so much good music and nobody even really, you couldn't even hear it. Go listen to Redman. You want to look at the purple, the crown chakra? Go listen to Prince. Why did he change his name to a symbol? There's a big reason for that. Because he was not speaking the same language as everybody else is. It's like when I tell people this very clearly and simply and plainly. When I say all of those words, I'm not speaking English. I've never said an English word in my life. I've never said any word that you believe at all. Like, you go read your definitionary or your dictionary. Which one is it? Go read all of those things. That's not the language I'm speaking. I don't speak English. No habla es Inglacia? Or whatever the fuck that is. What is that? Is it even a language? Muay. I do Muay Thai. And Mary Mercury, you said I'm Chris. Your name is Chris, or are you Mary, or you Mary's Chris? I don't understand. But yeah. Healing and grounding, Luciana. I got you on that. Yeah, I gave I had a really nice drum that I gave away to a friend. Well, I didn't give away. In return, I got a different kind of drum. But I gotta go. I tried to find him yesterday. I couldn't find him. He plays drums in the quarter. So there you go. There's the green dot. But the red dot on the forehead is where they're from. That's the tribal unit. The tribal of the. That's why do they wear feathers in their head? Why do they put a dot on their forehead? It's symbolic of realms. So if you have a feather, you're connected to the air spirit. And if you have a dot on your forehead that is from sandalwood or something, you're from an earth spirit. So when people hear it, be like earth spirited out. And then you have what's called a totem pole. A totem pole is connected to all of the different spiritual energies within the, say, leader of a tribe. And the leader of a tribe is called a chief executive officer, CEO. But a CEO these days ain't a real CEO. The real chief, there's a reason for that word. And they were always elected. Like they didn't know. It's kind of like this. It's kind of like an anarchist doesn't want a leader because they realize that if you were to help organize something, you're immediately becoming an orchestrator, not an anarchist. But an anarchist is nature. Nature is anarchy, which is an arc. See, it's already perfect. So when people try to get in the way of what nature is doing, they become an anarchist. To be an anarchist is what you are as soon as you're born in this world. What are you? You're perfect. Screaming, crying, crazy. You want milk. You want sex and tits. What the fuck don't you? You just want what you want, and that's all there is. There's just, and then you're controlled, and you're put into a pen, or a penitentiary, or a pendulum, or a pen, which is a pendulum is how you tell time, and a gram is what a 5-pointed star is, and 5-pointed star is your body. And so as soon as you start to come into as I'll make this roundabout after I want to finish this thing with Mary Mercury, the coming into the body at different ages is like, when are you yourself? How do you self-identify? How do you how do you know you're actually alive? Well, that happens for most people at 5 years old. When you go to kindergarten, kindergarten is at 5 years old, which is phi psycho, which is the physical world. That's when you start to have memory. That memory that you get is memory of how you aren't yourself, and how you start to you start to become regulated by programs of people outside of you that tell you how to be and what to do and what you should think and how you should. Because what you think controls the way that you act, and the way that you act is the way that you want to tell a monkey what to do. Yeah, but we put these animals in zoos and tell them what to do. We in Zoo York. But the way that you have to see it is what would your mind be without the books? What would your mind be without the instruction of people that are supposedly teachers? Teachers? There's guides. Find a guide. Find a map. Don't ever find a teacher. Teachers will tell you. They will tell you this is what they do. They tell you something. They got a little pokey thing there. They got the apple on the desk. Why the teacher always got the apple on the desk and that little object? They got chalk. When you die, they put chalk around your body. Why are they writing on a green board or a black board? They call it a blackboard, right? They write with white chalk on a blackboard and have an apple on their desk. The apple is the pentagram, which is the body. It's telling you what to do. It's always sitting there. Why you think New York is the Big Apple? The shit is rotten to the fucking core. The teachers are rotten to the core. How many students fit in the classroom? Why are they jamming them all in there? Teacher, leave them kids alone. That's the fucking damn right. You know what kids are? Goats, motherfucker. We the greatest all time out here. Because we from an ancient empire. When they said the gods were coming back to collect what's theirs, like, people have been running around, running recluse on our land. We don't own it, but we, how to put it right, we have dominion over it, all of it. It's all ours because we take care of it. But we live in a realm right now where people are fucking things up. People are poisoning each other. True or not true? Lied to about our history. Putting fucking genetically modified shit in the foods. Giving us pills from doctors. We got priests that aren't really priests. I'm a motherfucking priest. I'm a doctor. How's that? What? I didn't get my paperwork done right? But they didn't fill it out for me yet? Huh? Paperwork? You gonna walk out to a tribe in Africa and watch the fucking shaman wizard man of like you gonna tell him, well, he's not really it. He's not really it. He's not doing it. He knows all the plants. He knows all the people. He knows how all things work. Are you gonna tell him because he don't have his certificate? He can't practice. He can't help people. He can't heal people. Fuck out of here. That's just how it works. How else would it work? Well, you think this realm is going to continue to be held under fucking quarantine by fucking tiny little peons, like little shitbags? Do you think that's going to happen forever? It can't happen forever. Forever is a long motherfucking time. And so these people that are control the realm, that I'm very much associated with because it's in me. This shit is not kosher. It's not cool. It's uncool. Like if you walk everywhere and people just don't like you, then you wrong for it. People don't like rich people for a reason. People don't like certain professions for a reason. There's a reason. Because it's a child knows. I want to bring Childish back. This is like Childish Gambino, man. Bring Childish back. Fuck it. Be childish. Fuck, what is a child gonna do? What the fuck it wants? You gonna stop it because you're more powerful? You got more sense in your brain? So, how should it be? The way you need it to be? The way you want it to be? Or the way it is? The way it is, you know, we look around and there's gorgeous things everywhere. Like, I'm looking at something beautiful right now. Picture of my own face. Beautiful. See that light right there? Drinking this beer. These awesome people around me. Beautiful, right? But as the realm is considered, if you walk out there and you start to talk to people, like where I'm at, like it's pretty fucking good. But as a whole, I see people out there like going through the fucking struggle, which they shouldn't have to go through, because of people that are literally lying through their fucking face to make money, making commercials, making commerce, dealing with debt and dead worlds to control people that are actually living souls and living creatures and living creators. And they've been suppressed to the point that they've repressed and suppressed our capacity to create a better realm. I don't know who they are. I don't know what they want. I don't know what they're doing. But you can't sucky this off me. I don't consent to any of this shit. You keep your stinking ass away from me. The living eat the dead. I eat death. I'm a shaman. So stay away from me if you're dead. Because you know what we do? We eat chicken wings. Chicken motherfuckers. We eat cows, we eat pigs, we eat all that shit. We eat vegans too. Stupid. It's just how we talk. I don't know. Thank you for Drake. The guys, the kids is the goats. The square meal. 3 squares a day. What does that get you? Yeah, I like that. 3 squares a day. What's that? I'm about to circle them up. This is what we do. Is like they tell you in the faux Masonic, the faux masonry. I'm gonna give you this right now. Faux masonry tells you to square the circle, but real Wiccan witches tell you to circle the square. Circle the square. They square you in, you circle it out. And why is it called the Mason-Dixon line? So you got Ma, son, which means mother, son, and Dix, son. So you have a dick and a son, and you have a mother and a son. So how you got a Mason-Dixon line? Who was fighting there? That war didn't happen the way you think it did. It happened here in America? Fuck out of here. You got 1888, and you got 1812, and you got the whole fact that we got a bunch of history erased. People gotta get really. If you got time to be scrolling through on your phone to find I don't know what the fuck you're looking for, but you got time to do research to find out your true history and heritage, like true knowledge. So I always inspire people to do that. Like that's my goal. Is like, I mean, hopefully I can provide some of that. But if I'm not giving enough information on it, because there's people out here doing better work than I'm doing on certain specific subjects. Because if I can do all the subjects, I can't do all of them perfect, but I can do them pretty well. So I would suggest to go find out about star forts. This has been my thing lately. Go dig out some star forts and go figure out what's going on with them old mansions and the robber barons. And I think it's very important that people consider where your history comes from, and the people that are, you know. Lumeno. People are so quick to call someone narcissist, but why wouldn't you think the most badass than they would? Yeah. Why would you think you're less than? Exactly. That's the trick. The whole psychological game is to tell people that have a high level of understanding and wisdom and love for themselves is a narcissist. Because I want to look good. Because I want to be healthy. What? So a narcissist is someone who eats good, drinks good. We look good, we eat good, we fuck good, we do everything good. Because we're all about good. And so that's narcissistic? What am I supposed to be? What's the opposite of narcissism? Here, all you fucking psychologists out here, you think you got a fucking degree? Here's what you got a degree. You got a degree in dog shit. What's the opposite of narcissism? So I should just have a bad attitude about myself and everything that I'm doing. This sucks. I suck. Blah, 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 blah. How stupid is that? But if I have an upbeat attitude and a healthy respect for myself, that I say, here's my fucking boundaries, I'm a narcissist, that's ridiculous. The only people you should hang out with are people like that. This is why I don't hang out with a lot of people. Because a lot of people have like, ooh, Dumbo, everything sucks, da 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 da. I hang out with those people sometimes, and I'm like that sometimes, don't get me wrong. We all have our bad days, we all have bad times. Not, you know, so you gotta uplift those people. You gotta help those people with it. But like, a narcissist is the only person, if you're a narcissist while also knowing that, en Lakesh, that I'm also you, that you're helping out, like, who's your brother's keeper? That's it. What else are you gonna do? What the fuck else you got time for? Help out everybody you can. By helping out other people, you help out yourself. Isn't that true? If I wanted a nice place to live, wouldn't I make sure that I designed it right? I don't gotta build the building, but if I design a beautiful palace with 60 rooms, you know who's gonna be living in there? The 60 motherfucking people that built it. I didn't need to lift up. I already built houses. I already know how that shit works. Let me just draw it out. Here, you guys build it. You want me to hang out? Cool. We'll hang out here. Cool. Thank you. You know, that's the thing. Is this? Man, I done too many. I done too much work on that whole stupid shit. How people want to be like fucking clowning on people that are mentally healthy. Everybody want to, you know, people working in the mental health field. Psychologists and fuck them. They don't know shit. They're gonna analyze you? What the fuck are they? You don't know me. You know my life. I'm gonna pay you $60 to tell me what's wrong with my thoughts. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for feeling good for myself. That's what people want you to say. Every fucking day of your life, you're gonna find people everywhere. They want you to feel bad for being as awesome as you are. Am I wrong? You watch it happen everywhere. Fire Drake, you just got called narcissist. Good for you. That's a step up right there. Here, the Victors. Yeah, the VIs. Look at the word VIs, activation codes. VIs is where you get victory, victors, and Vikings. It's called the 6. VI is 5 and 1. 6, the 6 kings. The 6 kings are related to the 6 empires that weren't the true empire. There was an empire that spanned pretty much the globe. I'm pretty certain of this. That created and helped people heal and have free energy. And then something happened with the Vikings, or the 6 kings, and the Vikings are always connected to what? The Iron Age. Iron. Iron is the thing that destroys you. Iron is the thing that rusts. Iron is Iron Man. Iron is what's going on here in this realm today. Everything's been going on. It's not happening anymore. It's getting upgraded. Whether I gotta fucking go do it myself or tell everybody what's up, like this happens. Even if I just fucking sit down and take a poop, I don't, you know, people still gonna understand. The Iron Age and the people of the rust, everybody's like, oh, you need iron in your diet? You don't need fucking iron in your diet. What you need is fucking wisdom. What you need is fucking water. What you need is piss. What you need is real. So this Iron Age is done. It's done. All of these people that came here with war and swords, your S words, your words, the snake. Nah, I got 2 tongues. Actually, I got more than 2 tongues. Yeah, Fire Drake. Calories, diets. Yeah, I got you. Diets are deities, or to split the entity. So diet or a deity is like a god. It can be a good god. It can be inside of you, but it also can be something outside of you, which a lot of people do. And calories are ka, Well, I mean, calories are something. They're just not the way to define things. Calories are something you burn. And you're right, numbing the brain. Numbers always on the brain. What are we gonna do? Everybody's like, the world is numbers. Could you imagine if I just said 357258876285235469227? If I kept doing that, who would listen to me? Because it wouldn't make any sense. It'd be stupid. And even if it did make sense, there's no rhyme, reason, or rhythm or anything to that shit. I mean, you could probably turn those things into rhyme and reason, but you got 10 digits. People got 10 digits. Well, upgrade from digits. The numbers make the universe. No, they fucking don't. I'm not sitting here eating numbers. I'm sitting here drinking a fucking beer. Tell me about the numbers in here. Then you go from numbers, then you go to letters. Now I got 26 letters. Now what you gonna do? 26 letters. That's 2.5 times, 2.6 times more than, right? 26 letters are better than numbers, right? What if I also, within each letter, I speak a tonality up and down. And every word that I say, now all of a sudden those 26 letters turn into a fucking lot. Like a lot. Yeah. You know what? Activation codes. Here's what I'll say about that. It's one of two things. Either everyone is on the same team in the upper echelon, just doing a storyline, or there actually was this dude, Hitler, that was probably all for the human race. You know why I know that? Because I listened to this black preacher the other day praise Hitler, saying that he came down to Africa and studied under a bunch of, like, nobody knows who he is. They don't even want to look at him because he got a funny mustache, right? So either he's on the same team playing a game, a larger fucking fun little acting game with everybody, or he was actually trying to do what everybody else did to get rid of the Jew-ish. Not Jews, Jew-ish. The actual Jews are Hebrew Israelites with the black people. The black people are actually way out there. I'm the larger band that came first into the realm. Not better, just first into the realm, which was the black Hebrew Israelites, which are connected to Hyperborea, which is connected to the movie that you see in Hollywood these days with the Black Panther. That Black Panther is connected to Hyperborea. And to realize, to get in, they said to get into where he lives, you had to go through a realm, which was another realm. It was actually in Africa. I mean, it's America too. It's more America than it is Africa. That's true. But you had to go through what is a toroidal field. You couldn't see it. You couldn't be there because there's a toroidal field of energy, a separate set of energy that was more than every other realm. And so that realm that got infused into what you call the African history. That's where they set up base camp. Just like Asia is where the Lemurians set up base camp. Well, both of them, which is Genghis Khan, and if you look at what happened to Genghis Khan, like supposedly that doesn't exist anymore. But they tell you most people come from Genghis Khan's lineage. And then there was also these Tatarians, which were the yellow Asians. So the Asian and black influenced together. Like these days you call them Blasians, right? That was a strong ass species. The Blasians was a strong ass species because it took the energy of. It was stronger than either one. Everybody wants to keep their. And I go on these tangents, and I'm gonna keep doing it because I think it's fucking entertaining to me. And as long as you guys are entertained, well, I don't give a fuck if you're entertained, but I'm gonna do it anyways. The black culture is strong as fuck. And if you keep a black bloodline, good for you. And the Asian culture is strong. And if you keep an Asian culture and that Asian heritage by keeping that bloodline, good for you. And if you're Aryan and you keep that white bloodline, good for you. And if you in this realm, Atlantis, if you get that Indian or what you call those red people, the Indians. Pick one of the places. If you keep that, good for you. But wouldn't it only make sense if you take the genes of, say, a black, what you call a black person, which is a very melanated person from another realm, and then the genes of an Asian person and put them together, you'd have the best of both of those things, and it would be stronger because it'd be able to be both of those. Now, if you could take that and then take the Aryan race, and all of a sudden you crossbreed 3 things. Ooh, now if you took it with Native American, like Native Indian, and all of a sudden, if my blood is connected to Hyperborea, because it is, my blood is connected to Lemuria, because it is, my blood is connected to this realm, maybe not. Maybe it's just the Aryan realm. Maybe I skipped this red realm, or maybe it is. So if I take the Atlantean bloodline, and I take the Hyperborean and the Lemurian and the Aryan bloodline, and I bind them together, what do I have? Me.
Next.
What's up, man?
And people still don't understand the interchange of energies within blood. It's funny because the racist ass family that raised me, there's one that said that he would never date someone out of his race. He would never date a black girl. He said this. I was like, I thought we was wild. I thought like fully like out of that shit. I thought like the world doesn't have that. But he said he wouldn't date.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Says that at the time my girlfriend was Indian, said he would never date somebody that was black. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So I wonder about people that have had interchanged or intercourse with people outside of their like, most people would say I look a little white-ish or Aryan-ish, but I've been with every other species. What does that do? How does that work? Don't you think there's something that adds to the characteristics of? Would you want your children to be so narrow-minded that they couldn't interact with another color? Like, this motherfucker told me that he couldn't interact with another color. I was like, oh. See, but I'm adopted, so dude ain't related to me, but I'm like, damn. Really? That's how you feel? And the funny thing about, let me just jump back that whole Aryan thing, blonde hair, blue-eyed. You realize, doesn't everybody realize Hitler was brown-haired and brown-eyed? And he was all about the blonde hair, blue-eyed? Is anybody not getting the... You were told this in the story about the 6 million Jews that died in the Holocaust, right? You were told about that. About the Aryan race that was blonde-haired, blue-eyed. The motherfucker that was supposedly encouraging the Aryan race was brown-haired and brown-eyed. And he was pushing an agenda for blonde hair, blue eyes? Fuck are people talking about? It actually might be the dumbest thing. It's actually the third dumbest thing I've ever heard. Third dumbest thing I've heard. Mary Murder said, "Hey, sorry, I just scrolled through everybody's comments here. I didn't. I'm trying to get to the bottom of this. Beer would be 1 or 2. Beer plus glass. Yeah, I talked about this the other day. Mary Mercury. It's the living world and the dead world. So it's the interchange of energy between what is dead. So the glass, dead as fuck. wow, that hurt me. I'm a living system. How would I do that? And the beer is living. That's all there is the energy exchange between the living system and the dead system, which gives you a third system, which is highly charged, energetic, you know, all that shit. Fire Drake coming through with the rhymes. And activation codes, preserving identity. Yeah, why does everybody want to preserve what they are? Like, why not advance yourself to be more? Wouldn't you want to be more things? Yeah, activation. Yeah, but we are one thing in this, in the sense we're humans. Call it colorful. Q means color. Man means mother. Like color of Mars. And electricity, which is where you get the word ma and man, which is electricity, which is masculine counterpart to the magnetic world. So yeah, we are one thing for sure. All right. I wouldn't want to lose red birds or white men. Activation codes. What kind of creature are you? Activation codes. You say you wouldn't want to lose red birds or white men. So you must be a black woman, huh? All right, I'm gonna go to piss into something, and maybe I'll go piss into a cup and drink it in the bathroom. We'll see. Just to weird people out. I'll bring it back out here. Drink it at the bar. Oh, you're a married white man, or you're into married white men? Let me go piss real quick. I'll be right back. Well, all right, we're back. So you guys have a rose cider coming out tomorrow too?
Yes, the cider rose, yeah.
What's the rose in it? Is it actually rose, or is it just some strawberry or something?
No, that's just in reference to the color. We have the cider that we mixed with a light crisp ale brewed on cranberry puree. So it's going to be quite different from the cider that you just had. It's going to be, this is not going to be as sweet. You can taste a little more tartness to it that comes from the cider.
Yeah.
So it's I guess we just messed with the recipe a little bit and just trying to figure out what's going to hit the market the best.
Yeah, man.
We might actually start distributing that one. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah. But, that sounds exciting. Yeah. Can't wait.
It's going to be tasty.
That's tomorrow, the day of the living souls, huh?
Yeah.
Good.
It'll be interesting.
Excited. Did you guys choose that on purpose?
I don't think so. Friday's usually just our beer release day.
Oh, so you just lucked out. So you got the All Hallows and All Saints, and then the All Souls Day, and right on the right day.
death, really.
Man, I
So
didn't want
it kinda
to have to
worked out
come
for
here
us, you know?
tomorrow, but apparently this is what I got to do.
You don't have to.
I know, I don't have to, but
yeah. But no, it'll be interesting. I'm gonna try it. I'll probably be here like around 3-ish.
I'll be
So
sleeping
we'll
in the
try
back of that
something.
car right there.
Yeah, for real. Back at home.
Yeah, that's home, man. That's where I live.
I keep all my trash around me.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a good one.
Exciting.
That and the espresso stout and the pumpkin stout coming out, but it'll be packed in here.
Yeah, the name of it was fucking hilarious. I'm like,
yeah.
no, the white girl shit, the fucking pumpkin one. What's the name of it?
The pumpkin spice latte.
Basic. It's called Yo Basic or something.
Yeah, basic.
I was like, all right.
Yeah, I hit a couple undertones there.
Yeah, many, and I love it.
No, I'm so into it. I haven't tried it yet though. I think they might be packaging it now. Hopefully, like by the end of my shift today, they'll have a couple low fills that they can quite top off. I can take home.
Exciting,
Pretty
man.
good with that shit, you know.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, buddy.
At least our basic bitch stout. You know?
Tomorrow's gonna be a good day. Much like today.
Yeah, I feel some good energy today.
Yeah, I woke up going, what should I do today? Because I just spent it all yesterday.
Yeah.
I woke up, I was like, what should I do? I was like, well, let me have a beer. Let me have 3 beers. Let me find all these delicious new beers.
Yeah. Crazy what you stumbled into in this town. You don't really have to have a plan. It's like you can walk anywhere pretty easily, and like everything's pretty accessible to the masses here, which is not quite a thing in like I feel northern cities where everything's super expensive and like watered down. But they still make everything relatable.
Yeah, I used to have a bike, and the bike was nice, but then, you know, obviously in the city someone's gonna steal your bike.
Yeah.
So I got 2 bikes stolen. I was like, all right, this is costing me a little. Walking's a little easier, and it also gives me the chance to like slow down and go, oh, I'll just go here. If I'm on a bike, I'm like, I have a location I'm going, so I can go a little farther, but I'm missing all the scenery.
And you're like, oh man, I hope I go through the next 3 blocks without falling off or getting hit by a car. Yeah.
And especially when you're a little tipsy and the bike is a little wobbly.
Yeah, I know that shit. You forget how to ride, like midway through the ride.
Like, what am I doing? Did I just go through all the stop signs?
Yeah, sure, why not? Everything's good. It's a good time.
Yeah,
Hopefully they become a little more cycling conscious in the future, but I think the city just received a grant for that purpose to improve bicycle infrastructure in the city. So hopefully within the next couple of years we'll start seeing
obviously because there's all the blue bikes now. So if they want the people to be coming to the city and getting the blue bikes, then
they gotta make it safer.
Yeah.
That's probably a pretty good incentive for that too.
Yeah. It's pretty safe city to walk and bike in because everybody's drunk, so they know they shouldn't be an asshole.
Yeah.
Except for there's a wrong time. There's a wrong time, but
yeah, some people just don't know how to act. But those, I feel like that crowd isn't really adjusted to our climate, so to speak.
Yes.
So it's those are the people that I just kind of like. I let that stuff slide. You know, I adhere very strongly to anti-violence anyway. So I just like I don't start shit, I don't play shit. I'll just go the other direction.
You know, instead of being anti-violent, be pro. What's the opposite of violence? Because anti-violence is like, it's anti-something. You don't want to have an antithesis to something, so it would be the opposite of violence. Pro awesomeness.
Pro awesomeness.
Yeah, there you go. I'm gonna be pro awesome from now on.
I'm pro keeping all my bones together.
Yes.
Very much so.
Yes. I busted a few here and there, but. All right, where we at here? Yeah, Fire Drake, there we go. Fire Drake, before I get to the rest of this shit, yeah, being of the same color is being of the same clarity source, which is Atman, or the atom. The atom has no color. So if I take what is my basic necessity for living, which is blood, that blood isn't red. That blood, to begin with, was water. They tell you your body is 70% water. And it's actually way more than that. And water is clear. So if you can find clear water, which is what the cell, like the cell itself, or the membrane, it's all clear. Like, it's all set. So when I used to work at the airport, you'd say all set to the captain. You'd say, is everything all set? And he'd say all set, you know, to mean that everything in the manifold, everything in the manifest, excuse me, was all up to par. So all set, captain. So all clear. It's all clear. So if you outside the plane, you say all clear, so you can back the plane up and do all the shit, right? So your atoms are clear, like to just go off and do anything. Like an atom that's in my body is the same atom that's around me right now. So that's why I can see through my eyes into whatever this phone is, right? So I can see something because there's clarity. There's clarity there. Don't go into the light, Carrie Ann. Don't go into the light. The reason you don't go into the light because the light looks white, but it's not white. It's actually just causing clarity or brightness or lightness or what it is that isn't without whatever this is. It's vibration of something, right? It's like what a fire does. You see? Remember how I said fire ain't an element? It ain't an element because we created it. We come out of darkness, which is the other three elements. Those are elements that water even you can't see. Water and air you can't see. It's really not something to see. There's nothing to see here. Earth is the only thing you can see. And that's what I told you earlier. Earth is the only thing that's actually an element. That's the only thing. Water and air are something different, and fire is something wildly different. Does that make sense to people? How it's those three. There's three realms. It's the earth realm, and then the liquid, and then the air. And then what unifies those is the fire, because it allows you to see all things. So yeah, that color thing, man. It's the atom has no color. That's the answer. James J, when is my birthday? James J, guess at it. Come on, everybody on here already knows this. I'll even tell you I don't know my birthday. I mean, I was told the birthday. I mean, I'm using coded language slightly, but you know what I've been told and what I assume, because it seems pretty obvious. That's my birthday. How's that? you guess at it, and I'll tell you if you're right. Yeah, it's called Claire Audio. Clear, or Claire, or you say clear or Claire to anything. Do you remember that show? Back in, it was called Heroes. There was Claire, who was the most powerful being in the show. And it was that girl, that blonde hair girl. Her name was Claire. And she had the ability to heal and do all this crazy shit, right? She was the most powerful. I mean, well, there's also that other dude, that Indian dude that we had the Asian dude that could traverse space and time. I could get into all of that. Maybe I'll break that show down for you guys sometime. I haven't seen it in a while, but I can tell you why it works the way it does. Because they're telling you the truth. Space-time traveler, if you're from Asia, you're connected to the Lemurians. The Lemurians, because the gates are open for them, they can go anywhere they want. Nobody fucks with Asian people. Nobody fucks with them. I mean, I fucks with Asians, but I'm saying nobody fucks with them. They got all the shit. Like, you go into the hood, they own the stores, right? Asians walk anywhere they want. Nobody fucks with them. Why? Because they know fucking the martial arts, or the martial, right? Who's the martial? Martial Mathers, the martial law, the martial, the stars. They know they use Chinese throwing stars. They know different kinds of star systems, so they can run in and out of realms with quickness. Nobody fucks with them. And they know some Kung Fu knowledge, Gong Fu, which is why the Wu-Tang is connected to the Kung Fu. So you got black people, which are the all outer realm, which are connected to Hyperborea, are connected to the Wu-Tang knowledge. Woo! Throw it up. But how's the Wu throw it up? Come on. I ain't gonna do it, but you all know how it works. Woo! You know? So they connected to the Chinese. And so what you have is you have somebody like RZA, who made a movie about kung fu knowledge, and even he's a hybrid, he's a crossbreed. You can see it in his fucking face. He's totally Asian, but black as well. He's a black and Asian, and came into this realm, which is Atlantis, and so he runs this realm. I mean, he don't run the whole fucking thing, but you know what I mean? Like, he's got his own little thing. Because he's coming from golden ages of knowledge. He's liquid swords. Look into the Jizza. You got the Jizza RZA and the old dirty bastard. Remember Jizza, you got the liquid swords. It's liquid words. It's like words are like water. So Bruce Lee and Kung Fu knowledge, that is all. This is why are you getting what's going on in this realm? Illuminate past the hues, navigate through the arrows and clues, gravitate towards. Oh, here we go. Hey, Fire Drake, I'll read it for you. Illuminate past the hues, navigate through the arrows and clues, gravitate towards the true news, not fake like twice coiled snake. Don't mistake what's within, levitate your mind, begin again. The sin was sent, cause Zen went where your money was spent. Recluse intent, I'm like a recluse spider. I died inside it. I fly for hours, smile at the fucking toddlers. Fucking robber baron rob you from your fucking children's. Eat your churros, I got much dinero. Never losing, loose, smooth, oozing, spooze, spuge. I'm the youth and then. I was like 2 for 10. 20 times, maybe 5%er. I own houses, you just a renter. You spent your last buck on getting a fucking getting a $2 chuck and an upchucked shitty fuck up. You better fucking knuckle up before your punks get stuck. I got the crux. You wearing crutches. You eating dirty shit. I'm feeding people lunches. I got your meal ticket. I'm worth $1 million. $1 billion? I be playing tap 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 on a zillion, where your bitch is sitting there spinning around on a, oh, she's popping E's, popping pills again. But I got bills to spend. I had to come back down here. They call it descend, because I was sent. Heaven spent. Come on. There you go. What's up, Steve P? He said he spoke to a Chinese guy and said sorry for the lead of my country to conquer them with the opium. Guys, I love it. You know what's funny about the opium story? Is, do you remember the movie where they say, are you sure that we're not living the dream and you're living inside of our dream? Meaning, they smoked opium and was living the dream. All they had to do was smoke some opium. Opium, the poppy seed. Like what? Were they doing something wrong? Or were they living inside of a dream world that they were overwhelming things? Like, could you imagine people that get out of body that live inside of mountains and caves and cavernous regions that just come and control worlds? And maybe you're living inside of somebody else's mind. So I think it's very interesting what the poppy seed does. And that's why it's so very illegal. It's one of the most illegal substances, right? Find the most illegal things and you'll see why they don't want you to do them. Because then you would just fucking intercede within somebody else's dream world. Now, for a good reason though, I'll put you onto that. It's a good reason because, you know, that people don't want other people with idiotic mentalities to ruin their parties, so they don't let people in on the secret or the secretion. Yeah, Steve P. If it was so nice, why force it upon them and have war? I don't know what you're referring to, but the wars you think are going on, I don't think are going on. I'll put that much there. And the who's for and who is forced what upon? Like if it's any kind of substance that comes from plants. Has very many medicinal properties as long as it isn't salt. As long as salt isn't added to it, like you can take aspirin to fix something, it will, but you can also just go ahead and take the white willow bark, because that's where aspirin comes from. Saison. The opium wars happened. I don't know about that, man. I don't know about any history before I was born, and also I'm very sure that there was something that happened in about the 1860s that are false. You know, like your history and the history books you read are dog shit. The opium wars are. I get what you're saying. Like if you're saying the opium wars, the way the news and media and all the books you read, no, it didn't happen that way, and it's not happening that way. And I'm not sure it's a war, but more of a, as part of an evolutionary tactic to increase consciousness in people. So, let me put it this way. The opium wars, or the opium dens, or that energy that comes out of those things is like, it's psychoactive, which is like most things are psychoactive, and they keep that away from the populace, which is the earth. They keep the earth away from people. And who's they? I won't divulge that information, because it doesn't matter, because there's nothing you can do about it. But you can still consume poppy seeds, you can still consume beer, you can still find mushrooms, you can still do all of the psychoactive substances available. So what do you think the gateway? Okay, when they say marijuana is a gateway drug, it fucking certainly is, because it's the first thing legalized before. Do you think they're going to legalize mushrooms? It's almost legalized in Colorado, you know that, right? And there's like a couple states, I think Seattle, Colorado, and 2 other states. Do you think they're going to just let people just fucking eat mushrooms? That's crazy. So marijuana is the first legalized thing. Well, I mean, the first gateway drug was fucking life. Life is a gateway drug. Let's just be there with that. And then the next gateway drug was, I don't know, what food did you eat? You know, broccoli and cheese pudding, or some, I don't, who the fuck knows what the fuck you eat? I don't know for anybody. There's always gateways into other realms of awareness and consciousness. And to say that there's war over it, no. It's like the fact that there's a UN, a United Nations, but there is war among nations, doesn't make sense to anybody. Because the elite people, they don't want war. They want dumb people thinking they're going to war with other dumb people. That's what's happening. So the opium wars is only about, can you afford it? Because rich people can afford to go do some salted opium, meaning that there's going to be an addiction factor to the opium. They're going to go to the doctor and they say, hey, can I get a prescription, prescribed a prescription? If I put my name on it, I can prescribe to you some salt, which is poison, along with something that's healing, as that will take you to another realm. But the war on opium is a little more. Yeah, there's a reason we're speaking about this like 2 hours and 30 minutes into this shit, so nobody else will hear it. But for you, no, it's not working that way. The opium wars ain't working that way. There ain't people out there really doing with all the. Let me put it this way: Do you know what? You know what the budget is for the military of the U.S.? It's trillions of dollars. Do you know how many billions of those trillions go into advertising? They got to pay their employees. They're paying their employees, building shit that they're never going to use, and then yelling at people on the media. That's where their budget's going. They're not going to war with shit. Why would you ever need an army if we have missiles that can go everywhere? What would you need a fucking army for? What would you need an Air Force for? What would you need a Navy for? If we had missiles that could go everywhere, then wouldn't we take $10 trillion and just line them up all over the country and just aim them at every other country? See? Simple fucking logic would dispose of any idiocy people are talking about. You wouldn't need to advertise to the general public they should come work for the army unless it was for one purpose. Mental slavery. Because certainly we have enough factories that could build enough missiles and put enough smart chips to go and bomb everywhere in the world. That's easy. That shit is simple. That is easy game. So why isn't it already done? Because they're not doing that. They're telling you that you need, and you think the people in Iraq and in India and in Asia and all these other, you think they couldn't do the same thing? Well, of course they could, because they're on the same team. When you have all that cash and dough and currency, who would you want to fight with? You got money just fucking dripping off your fucking, dripping out your fucking beard and out your pockets. You got money just all over you. People want that. But if you had 1,000 friends that were the same way as you, who do you want to stop? See? You want to stop unconscious people from wanting what you have. If you're a king, the only people you ain't fighting with other empires. No other empire wants your fucking empire. These things about empires coming battling because a king wants more riches is dog shit. It's very simple mathematics. You think a king is going to sit there like, I'm going to tell 50,000 people to go fight those people because I want more land? No, he doesn't want more land. No king wants more land. It's idiotic. These old stories that we've been given about everything are fucking, to the most basic mind, improbable and almost damn near impossible to even consider. And where we are now with technology, there's a 100% chance that if we wanted to, we could spend $1 trillion to make missiles to go everywhere. We don't need airplanes. We don't need an army. What are you gonna have people running around with the army fatigue on? What are they doing? They're selling you something. You're gonna send people in army fatigues to another country? Because I know I've been in Canada. I've been in plenty of places, and you see people wearing like American army outfits. For what reason? It's mental. What are they gonna do? They ain't got no guns on them. They're just walking around looking all fucking like they're better than you or some shit. Fuck them. It's all mental. This is stupid.
No, I closed that.
1861. Good back for that?
Yeah.
Steve P, so how come Trump drops... Steve P, what the fuck are you talking about? How come Trump has never personally dropped a bomb? And the only way you're getting that information, Steve, go drink your own pee. Honestly. Because you're just saying dumb shit right now. What do you mean? How do you know that? Everybody said the last president dropped the most bombs. Everybody said the president before him. They ain't my president. That might be your president, ho. Ain't my dude. I didn't vote for him. I ain't vote for nobody. I vote for me. This is me. I don't vote for a president. I ain't part of my company, my country. This is my land. It ain't my company. I don't work for dead corporations. Keep your dead corporations away from me. Tell me about Trump. Where you get that information from? The same fucking stupid people who've been lying to you your entire fucking life. The same people that fucking printing your textbooks. The same people on your news media. Where you get this fucking information from? When I walk around my neighborhoods, ain't nobody worried about fucking bombs over Baghdad, motherfucker. What the fuck you talking about? Yeah, you should drink some more of it though. Alec Dumas. Drink as much of it as you want. I don't think there's a difference. It's all the same stream. All right, more beer. Fine, I'll do more.
Deal. Elliot, twist your arm. What's next? Did you like the sour that you had?
I do, yeah.
Your raspberry flavor, that's pretty good.
You know,
you had the quatrefoil.
I've had that before. I just don't remember it. How big is it? Like how many percent?
5.5.
What is it?
It's 5.5. Not
Okay.
too boozy.
Do that. Perfect. Yeah, just drink it, man. That's all there is to it. Stevie, what you talking about? Selfish. Who's selfish? Stevie, what you talking about? Sometimes I can't tell when people just type things, like what they mean and where they're coming from, what their energy and attitude is. Thank you, sir.
Another note about St. Dominic East flag. See it? So we're just going to pull it out of wherever. Paradise Park.
Ooh.
Back there.
That's really good.
Only two problems. Well, no, don't. Actually, don't.
Ooh, they have this thing called the quatrefoil. Look at the color. Check this out.
And also cafe.
It's like a
Right.
It almost has like a orangish red hue, but it's not a red beer.
No, you're right.
The smell is funky and somewhat sour smell.
Hand over the beer.
Pretty good at that.
Even bringing up,
Actually, I'm not.
It's really good. It's sweet,
Yeah, I ran up that last one.
very balanced.
You can always go back and look.
This is a really good brewery,
Yeah,
by the way.
should be.
There you go. There's the brewery. And if you guys ever come to New Orleans, come here. And if you can't come here, just buy their beer. It's all over town. It's really fucking.
So if you down arrow, no, oh, you did it already. You're already ahead of me.
No, I did the last one.
CP, I don't understand what you're saying, man. Zen, you educated me. You're welcome. Now I see through you. Okay, well, what do you... Thank you for seeing through me. Get over yourself. What would you like me to get over? More propaganda. What am I propagating? What are you still doing here? Zen, why have you not moved on? Hey, I'll ask you the same question. Why are you still here? If I'm not offering you anything, maybe it's because I have things to offer other people. Because I'm not here for you. And yes, if I am selfish, this is fucking right. I'm very fucking selfish. So why are you here? What, you could be doing 1,000 billion zillion different things, but you're here still listening to me just to criticize me? See, now you're part of the goof troop. You know, Steve, why exactly would you, why you fucking with me? Why are you in my room? This is my room. I own this room. This is what I'm doing. You're here listening to me. Are you playing with your Peter, Jack? You jacking off your Peter, homie? Like, I don't even, you know, you might not even be a person. To engage what? Why engage? You probably work for the military, is what you do, so you engage people. But you don't engage people properly. You engage people insultingly. You're like the, I ain't gonna say the worst kind of person, because I've done it too. I get it, man. But you know, I love you anyways. But I don't allow what? Okay, Steve P, let me check your channel out. Do you have any broadcasts where you do live shows? Because I do thousands of hours of live shows, and I interact with people to help people. I improve people and I help people as long as they allow it. But I didn't say I'm perfect. Hey, I might not be perfect, but I definitely do know you suck. You're a succubus. So you're trying to suck up my channel right now. See, look at. Why? You're making it about you right now, aren't you, Steve? You're a Steve ass motherfucker. I know. You should go. You know what, Steve? I think you should go eat your own shit. I don't think you should drink your piss because it's not helping you. I'm still me within this body. I'm still doing the thing that I'm doing. And there's 26 other people that I'm trying to help out. And there's going to be a lot of people that's going to listen to me. And if they get something out of it, good. And I hope they do. And if you don't, hey, I'm sorry for you, bro. That's fine. You don't have to. But don't tell me you can see through me. If you could see through me, then you wouldn't be talking to me. If you could actually see through me, you wouldn't talk to me. You wouldn't be on my channel. Which right away is red flag, you're phoning. Ain't that right? What you gonna do? You gonna sit here and fight with me on my channel? No, you start your own channel. Go start your own channel. See who listens to you. This ain't about my ego. This ain't about me. This is about me. You know what I be doing? I'm gonna come find your wife. I'm gonna lick her fucking pussy. I'm gonna spit in her booty. I'm just gonna let her there just dripping. So that way when you come home, you can smell me on her. How's that? I ain't winning shit. See, that's why can't you talk? I don't know, man. All right, B. Steve, it's been fun, but it's just for me, it's just entertainment, man. This is entertainment business. This is how we do. You talk all you want, man. So for everybody else, hey, Kembo, what's up? He's a goofy motherfucker. Coming from where? People out here just want to talk. Hold on, hey, play your trick though. CP really ain't, come on. There are sometimes I do fucking like, you know, goof off and get the fuck into another realm and just wild out with people. But then sometimes I'm just like, I think that's what they call it in the business where I'm from. They call it a teachable moment. If there was like a 3-year-old in the room, like he's definitely 3 years old mentally. He's mentally challenged and handicapped. So if he's gonna challenge a teacher, like he's gonna get teachable moment. Whether or not he learns from it, it's up to him. It's not for me to learn. I learn from all of you every time all of you ask me a question. Every time all of you ask me a question and support what I'm saying and doing, it improves my mind and makes me a better person. And I know that. And shouldn't I be a better person so I can help more people out? And then I have some cockamamie, lackluster, backseat driving shitbag that wants to say some dumb shit to me. You know? It's just, but hopefully all you know that at this point is entertainment. Like it's edutainment. Isn't that what it is? Education and entertainment. Isn't that how you say it? I just laugh at it. I'm just making fun of it. I can't fix the world. I can't change the world. I can't help you. You can only help yourself. No, Steve B, it's because you keep talking. And it's funny you're still here, which is proves either one, you got one of three things. This is how you prove things. You're either paid to be here, like somebody's giving you $8 an hour to just type on my channel, or you're so fucking dumb, that you're gonna sit here and argue with me. Because no one's coming to your channel, Steve. Where's your channel at? Start your own channel, and you know what? I'll be the first person to subscribe so I can come talk to you. And then you can do what I'm doing, and I'll type on my keyboard that I don't have. I'll talk to you though. I'll type on here, and then you can respond to me in the same way. To see what would happen if you had a classroom full of people and a whole next generation that relies on you saying honest and truthful things and what you would do and what you would say. Steve P, I don't know. I never met any Ashkenazi or Ashkenazi. Do you know what the Nazi? Is that Ashkenazi Jews? So you're saying Nazi Jews? What are you talking about? Why are you bringing it that way? I don't fucking know, and I don't care. First of all, I might be one of them. How's that? I'm an Ashkenazi Jew. Would you like that soundbite for me to say that? I'm also black. I'm also melanated. I'm also Asian. I'm also Hebrew. I'm also American. I'm also Russian. I'm very fucking Russian. Yo, I'm very fucking Russian, homie. Where you want me to be from? I do, and I will continue. I'll defend Hollywood, and I'll defend you. The same way I'll defend your right to say anything you want, because I'm going to say what I want. You sound stupid. Well, you don't sound like anything. You just typing. Yeah, I will defend Hollywood. And I'll defend New York. And I'll defend Baghdad or Mumbai, if you're familiar with it. I'll defend Thailand. I will defend Australia. I'll defend Antarctica. I'll defend the North Pole. I'll defend Santa Claus. I will defend, name me something. I'll defend that. including you, Steve. But you think you know something you don't know. You seem like somebody that would like bring your kids out to go trick or treating. You probably buy people presents for Christmas. You probably go to like I know what is it? Thanksgiving. You probably don't tell people the real truth about what Thanksgiving is, or do you not know? You're giving thanks for being what? You seem and sound like a white cat. I ain't telling you what you think. I'm telling you what you don't know, and you don't know shit. But maybe you do. Here, Steve. Here's what we'll do. Hey guys, thanks for showing up. It's been a wonderful broadcast. But now it's Steve's broadcast. Let's all go to Steve's channel. Hey Steve, you ready to start your channel? Let's go do that. I'll come right there. I'll shut the show off. You tell me right now. You're gonna start a show right now? Well, I'll come to your channel, and so will everybody else in this room. Steve, I don't want to have to block you because you're being victim. All right, Steve. Now you're blocked, homie, because you're gay. You gay as fuck. I won't put you in timeout, little kid. This is what we do to children. We put them in timeout.
He likes juicing alcohol, basically.
Well, I recommend like the.
So what's up, everybody else?
Raspberry Yakuza, which is going to be another sour root beer brewed on raspberry puree. We can have a mandarin flavor of that as well.
What's up, Sky Hopper? How we doing, man?
There's like it's refreshing.
Yeah, hey, don't worry about don't worry about putting spells on these people. I just put them in timeout like a little kid. I hate to have to do that, man. Everybody does need love. I try my best to love that cat, but he's hating on the Nashkin Nazi, the Aga Nazis, and the Jews, and he hating on everybody. I don't know. Alec, you know, it's like people look at my humor sometimes. They think really when I'm doing something really hard, they think that I'm like actually am that. Like no, but sorta, but not really, you know. Have I done Iboga? No, I have not. I've heard it's pretty awesome. I'm probably gonna order some. There's a lot of things that I've done a lot of micro doses of. I've never done that though. He definitely takes the kids out for candy. he probably puts a blindfold on his children to take them out for candy, and then pulls his pants down and puts candy on the end of his tiny little pecker. Come on, that's funny. I would say that right to his face too. He knows it. And if he actually shows back up after being put in timeout, that just proves something. And then what I'll do is I'd have to go ahead and go like block him from my channel, and then he'll go start another thing and be like, "Dang, you fucking block me from your channel. It just proves that you don't fucking want to have a civil discourse." Blah 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 blah. Yeah. So Sky Hopper, always a pleasure. Sky Hopper, how you been, man? You put out a bunch of videos lately, and I have not watched too many of them, too much of them. You know what I mean? And I apologize. I've been putting out my own work, but I'm gonna dig into those recent ones because your koi fish in your garden and just your dog too, and your way of speaking is so comforting. So anybody here that doesn't know, you 32 people in the room, well 31 of you, you should check. If you're not subscribed to Sky Hopper, you should go do that. He's a genius of a magician. I'll go check out what he has to say. That the difference between me and him is he's older, has a job and a wife and a house, and he just does it for just because he has a lot to share. I did this because a slightly different reason. I did this because I don't know how to explain it. If you can't say it, you can't say it. But because I'm a magician and I just like to do it. So yeah, you should all check out Sky Hopper. He's fucking amazing. A lot of times I can't, when he's talking, I can hear him, but when he's typing something, I can't decode it. He's like he's a special kind of he decodes the realms. Yes, Fire Drake. That's what they do. This is what people do. If you love yourself and do shit, they call you a narcissist. That's what's up. Oh, you know what? Fire Drake, you know what? A Skyhopper is more Zen than I'm Zen. If there's an actual, like, Zen means everything, obviously we know this, but if Zen is like that center point of going, like, then, yeah, he's actually better at it. He's way better. But he's got a bigger yard, and he's got a stronger dumb dog, and they have, he's not dumb, your dog is awesome. You know what I mean? Like, just picks up fucking wood and runs through the fields. He's awesome. Kenbo, you take a niacin that causes you to boil. Yeah, niacin will do that. I've never taken it. I don't know anything about it. You could probably that will burn things off in your system. You can find other things that will have a similar influence on the body. I can't say that I could give you too much direction on niacin, but I can give you this much. If you can find rubbing alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, or like certain types of flowers, chrysanthemum, rose, these waters will help to cool your system down, and I'd spray that in the body. Because niacin, I don't know, it's kind of like a very high octane B12 as far as I know, but I could be very wrong about that. But you just want to cool down your system. Scabber. Yeah, 007, yeah. 2 ball and cane. 007's 2 ball and cane. Fuck out of here. But that's the thing is if they're on a spaceship, just fucking hang out. Hang loose, you know what I'm saying? This is one of my favorites. You know? That's the beach thing. Just fucking hang loose, relax. Fucking rack people's brains out here. Alright, hey, which way you want to go? What's up, y'all? 3 hours in here, and spout off about what? How would you like to go? Which direction would you like to take this? I was trying to show people about handshakes the other day, and it's like let me here, capoeira. Capoeira means it's an art of moving your body in a way that other people cannot move. So it's a martial art that allows you to just get out of the way of things. It's like there's another martial art that, let me see if I can find the guy's name. Give me 1 second. Maharobo Ushuru. No, Mahoba. It's like the art of just moving energy in a different direction. It's not like you never get hit. You never take any blows. You just kind of move energy away from you. It's kind of like Reiki is to push energy into something, and then you have this other art of the technique is to, if someone were to try to attack you, it's a mental or a physical thing. Usually it's a physical thing in this but see, a lot of times when the movie The Matrix and Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee, they talk about it like this. As soon as you figure it out, you never have to actually get in a, like, the point of martial arts is never to get in a fight physically, but it's by you relieve people mentally. You just sidestep people mentally. It's not Tai Chi. It's that's not what I was looking for. It's not Tai Chi. Wow, Skyhopper, what you talking about? Yeah, thank you, Jordan, for saying the right. Yes, yes. Morehe Ushabi. Thank you for getting that out of my brain. I couldn't get his name right. Do you want to tell everybody the name of the art form? But I really, I've studied it and I do it, but I think that the way of movement is mental movement too. Aikido, yes. And that Aikido is, thank you, Jordan T, is generally looked at as a physical art, but it's a mental art. Because anything you do physically has to be mental first. It's kind of like the movie Hero. If you watch the movie Hero, Hero is the greatest. I keep going back and forth on two movies. It's called The Fountain and Hero. Those are the two greatest movies ever. I don't give a fuck what you say. It's not just the greatest for me. It's not an opinion. It's a fucking fact. Stacks of facts. This is how it works. So that movie is about Aikido, and there's a part in the movie where they visualize the fight before it occurs and they act it out. So everything, they're showing you we're living in a mental realm. What's up, Dave? Pleasure to see you, Dave, with the big D. Steven Seagal is a master at Aikido. He's a master at, you know what Steven Seagal is a master at? Bullshitting. Steven Seagal, as far as I've been and recognized, like when you watch him, he's a bullshit artist. He's more of a bullshit artist than anyone. Honestly, like you can just see the phoniness all over him. Like he acts. I assume most people in this room could probably bust his ass. Like bust his ass. Like I'm just saying. I mean, I love his movies. I respect Steven Seagal to the nth degree. But as far as what he puts out there is like his martial arts. No. He would get his fucking block fucking knocked off. He'd be the dude that get his fucking face punched and his socks would fly off. Like just, how big is the dude? I mean, he's big, but he looks clumsy. You know what I'm saying about clumsy people? They just can't do things right. They just don't have the physical self, you know what I mean? That self-awareness. If you can't dance, like that dude, here, I'm gonna put it this way. Do you remember that song, Can't Dance Kid? Remember, you come to the Can't Dance Club, you can't dance all alone, you put on the Can't Dance cologne, because you're gonna be going home all alone, that can't dance dude? That dude can't dance. If you can't dance, you are not at all a martial artist. You are not gonna beat someone up in a fight if you can't dance. This is Aikido and the art of dance fighting, which is like in one culture, you know, you can get served. Another culture, what you have is people break dance fighting. It's a wildly. What do I think about Ido Portal? Ido Portal is a genius when it comes to body movements, but he's an idiot when it comes down to diet. He told somebody one time that you can't be a vegetarian and be strong and healthy. And I was like, yeah, everything he does, everything he says, he's very, but he's lower mind. He's a lower mind. He's perfect at it. Ido Portal and everything he does is like, I put people on him. I think people should go follow him and watch him, but realize that everything he does is from the physical movement realm and not from the mental realm. He has some very good mental ideas, but I'll put it this way, he's one of the realest motherfuckers you ever see, because he knows what he knows and he's very good at it, and he's a great teacher, and he's a great he's an inspiration to people. He's inspired me. But what he knows about the holistic system, to think that he basically just said, he literally verbatim said, you cannot be a vegetarian and be strong or flexible. That's what he said. And I was like, you're fucking retarded. Like, mentally he's retarded. I think he's just a dude that all he does is He's like the guy that is like, you know that salt guy that does the salt thing? I think he's like him. He like wears dumb glasses. He's like a fucking clown, but he can do something really well. He's probably a good fuck. Is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a chick, go find yourself an idol portal and get yourself laid. But like to hang out with them on a daily basis, it would get a little annoying for being like he's a mentally challenged tard. Now, could he whoop my ass? Yes. You know what I'm saying? Could Steven Seagal whoop my ass? I don't know. I might put a card title on the fact that Steven Seagal would get his ass whipped by me. I'm 100 and no pounds. I don't even study this shit. Give me. I was about to say give me a month to like train a little bit, but you know what? I learned from a friend of mine, and shout out to this motherfucker. I forget his name, but I love him nonetheless. He was like 6'2", red-haired dude, just 250 pounds of like fucking raw, fucking whoop your ass shit, and he owned most of Orange Beach. I'll put it that way. Him and his family were like, they were super rich, billionaires. And I just met him out at the bar, and and so thank you for the bar tab. I forget your name, bro. Thank you for the bar tab. He gave me a lifelong bar tab at this place that we went to. He said, if you ever come here, drinks are on me. So I go walk in there, and they just like buy me drinks. And this dude said, you know what? I'll fight anybody right now. I don't need to train. He's sitting there, he's smoking a cigarette, drinking a beer. He's like, and we were talking about boxing, and he's like, and we were like, who could you beat up? And he's like, would you need time to train? He's like, no, that ain't right. He was like full on Irish whiskey drunk, like he was like, I mean, he wasn't drunk at the time like that, but he was like Brad Pitt, like Gypsy, like it's now, let's go. And I thought that was so excellent of a way to work with energy, which he did physically, which we start with mentally. Back to Aikido, which is martial arts of first starting with a mental concept of visualizing the world, and then walking and working through it. So Aikido is just that. I don't know how I managed to work that story in there, but I did. And so that was a connection to Idol Portal. Yeah, he's a great dude. So I would Capoeira. Yeah, thank you. Capoeira. Oh, he did. Holy shit. He did change his stance on that. No fucking shit. Yeah, hopefully he doesn't go vegan. Well, he did kind of look like he aged, so he might have went vegan. Kembo 40. Germany's strongest man is vegetarian. This is correct. Vegetarians are the strongest. Who wants to fight a rhino? Who wants to fight a rhino? It's a vegetarian. I'll take my rhino. Don't I kind of look like a rhino? The rhino might be my spirit animal. But if I kill you, I'm gonna eat your dead body. That's what vegetarians do. They go, oh, we've seen certain animals, that are vegetarians supposedly eating meat. Well, because they're conscious. If another animal tries to kill them and they win the fight, they clean up. They clean up. It's like, if you clean up, you clean up. If you whoop someone's ass, you eat their dead body. That's just what happens. That's what a vegetarian would do. Because now, here's the thing. If you battle something and it dies, now it's vegetation. It's dead. So you would eat it. Just get rid of it. Wouldn't that be right? Skyhopper. Very rare. You observe television. And they do look rubbery and plastic, man. Yeah. It makes me feel very uneasy and queasy. I do my best not to watch it. If there's a couple TVs on, but that's why I'm here chatting with myself. Thank you, Fire Drake. They breathe, which is eat. Yeah, they. That's what it is. That's the. How do you you don't lift up weights because you ate meat. You lift up weights because you went. You ever watch them? What they do is they breathe in as much as they can. They hold as much oxygen as possible, and then they pick up more weights. Because the oxygen is what's doing it. Thank you, hey Dave. Thank you for the 6 weeks to train. I don't need very long. I put on mass quickly. I get rid of mass quickly. Yeah, it's fun. I don't get in a lot of fights. People punch me all the time, but I don't react. I don't even react when people punch me. So I think that's fun. Yo, B Johnson back in the building. Come on, why are you here again? B Johnson, you know what? B Johnson's probably 6'10", 500 pounds. Getting clean is the same. Is yeah, clean of whatever. Yeah. Kembo. Be like water. Water is a carrier or a solvent. Yes, be like water. Isn't it? Lumeno there? The hippos are, they got like, they don't even really want to eat shit. Because their teeth are like just flat, right? So they can't even really eat meat. But if someone's gonna fuck with a rhinoceros or a hippopotamus, ugh. All gray skins. Look at, I say this all the time. Rhinos, hippopotamuses, and elephants, gray skin, thick as fuck, all vegetarian, and you don't want to fuck with any of them. That's a bad idea. A hippo, a rhinoceros, and an elephant, that's my crew. That's my team. All day, I'll take them in any fight. You tell me a lion, the king of the jungle, is going to beat up an elephant, a rhinoceros, or a hippopotamus? You're going to need a lot of fucking lions. So obviously, they lying about something. People that all lioned out, they're lying on some shit. Because they ain't beating up the vegetarians. They ain't beating up them fucking big ass creatures that just pounce on them. They gotta get a whole. The lions gotta get a whole family. So they ain't king. If a lion was king, he would do it on his own. You know what does it on his own? Hippo. Am I saying anything wrong here? You can fact check this through Google, and you can go walk out in nature and see this shit happen. Elephant, rhino. What's the other smart creatures that are gray? Dolphins, smart as fuck, right? So how do you think this works? Kenbo, tinnitus? You mean the ringing in the ear? Is that what you're talking about? You think they get nutrients from the river water? I don't know how that all works. I think they get most of the nutrition, Lumeno, from the sun. I think that the sun is causing all of the interaction. I go back to this. If you drink water and you get sunlight, what happens is sunlight, if you put water into a bottle, a clear bottle, a glass jar, call it a mason jar or a vial, and you put light into it, it will start creating elements, because the interaction between water and light, which is called mem-ori, water, light, the interaction of those things create the elements, which then form to create solid, right? So light and water creates earth. Still ain't no fire yet. Light and water create earth, which is the physical form. It's not that they're not getting lumeno, they're not getting nutrients from the river water. That's not true. No way. Do you think dolphins were humans at one point?
No.
Or do I think that
I've seen one brewery, I think I've seen them all.
that's untrue?
No offense.
Let me just ask you this. Were dolphins human at one point, or were humans dolphins? I mean, I don't know either way. I think it could be either.
I have a regular Berliner Weiss and I have one dry hop. Berliner Weiss dry hop.
Sky Hopper. See, this is where I'm not. I'm close to understand what you're saying. If you watch, yeah, I'm gonna go to another pool in a second. Great vegetarians. That's right. Drinking our vegetables. So I'm gonna run out of here to another. I'm gonna take you guys to a. It's 4 o'clock. I'll take you to another brewery right now. How's that? You guys want to join me in another brewery? What's up, buddy? Is this how I spend Thursdays? No, this is... It depends on the day, man. Some days I spend it walking. Sometimes I'm meditating. Sometimes I'm helping people do things. Sometimes I don't have a daily regimen because I think every time is now. So there you go, Mr. Johnson. No. Just depends on the day, man. Yeah, and they say pub crawl, but I've fallen, but I've never crawled during a drinking experience. I think it's funny. I like to be humorous for other people's entertainment, but no, never crawling. Amanda Mellet. I mean, yeah. The first time we crawled during a drinking experience was after drinking breast milk, and then we crawled. But now, as we've grown up, there's a beer they do here that use a lot of beer. Or yeah, there's a beer that uses a lot of beer. There's a beer that uses a lot of milk as a starter. So the culture of the beer is it's like a milk stout. That's how you get it. So it's like the cultures of milk and yogurt. Oh, Kembo, you're Norwegian. The 10. Yeah, man, I hear you. It's probably too many heavy metals. I'll go right there. Yeah. The reason you get any ringing in your ears is heavy metals. It's the density of what's in the water, which will cause sounds to vibrate at a higher rate of like. If there was metals in my brain and sound came in my ear, but just think about it logically, right? That the sound would become more, it become tinny. It sounds like a tin can, ding ding. So if you remove all the metal from the water, Yeah, the tapping helps, yes, because you're gonna use put it on a different frequency. It's like people that just tap things. They got something to. A meditation on its own is not gonna do much of anything for people. It's literally removing the heavy metal and toxic poisons from their food and diet. That's about what it is. And as soon as I finish this, we're gonna go on a walk and we can go somewhere else. Lucianne, can I make whale and dolphin sounds? Maybe. I can make gorilla sounds very well. Brush your shoe, nasal. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Thank you for that. Fire Drake. The answer is to take urine up the nose to clean out the sinuses, because the sinuses are going to be a big part of why people have tinnitus. How you doing?
I'm alright.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Oh, thank you. Perfect. Oh, you got a sturgeon in there? Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, I mean, and there you go. Any kind of urine will help all of that for sure. So let me pay for this and get the fuck out of here. Out into the realm, out in the weird fucking wild world of the West. The wild West world. Nice. Full charge. I gotta pay this chick here.
Yeah.
But I don't
This
know.
guy right here?
No,
The guy who just picked up. Yeah. They're paying for it.
I already rang it in.
Uh-oh. Sorry. It's good practice.
It's not a bar, it's a brewery. Dave, it's a brewery. Check it out. Oh, you didn't see this earlier? Check it out. Oop, there it is. Up there. Yeah, it's a bar. Bar brewery. Brewery bar. Yeah. It's fucking magic. I said I was gonna do a brewery tour with you guys today. I don't know if I'll do the whole tour, but I'll go to another brewery. I'll go to one more. I'll go to two. Let me pay my bill and get the fuck out of here. Give me like 2 minutes, guys, and we'll continue on this weird, wild adventure. Yeah, I wonder, because I've been told many a time somebody looks like me. I'm like, nah, ain't nobody look like me. Hey, Lucianne, it's very funny that you said that because yesterday I was teaching somebody about like smoke, and I was smoking hookah with somebody, and I was teaching them like. You think, like, you inhale and then you exhale, right? And you can see the smoke come out of your lungs. I was like, inhale it and then don't exhale, just hold it. And then exhale. and nothing comes out. Because what did you breathe in? The same elements that you would be breathing in if you ate food. So if I were to eat, say, mint, I shit it out and I get all the energy. But if I smoke mint, I get some of it. But if I hold the burnt fire, like so, if you take the burnt fire, if you take the burning fire and cause the mint to become what is smoke, which would rise, which is much akin to mist, you're still getting the elements out of there. And if you hold it inside of yourself, the same way you hold food inside of yourself, it's doing the same thing, just quicker. Fire Drake, Yogi Zen did this. And what he did, I don't know that he actually held it in his stomach. I think he just let it simmer. He might have actually went through the turn, but I don't think so. I mean, I was showing somebody yesterday. It was very quickly. You have to kind of pressurize it. You have to pressurize it into your lungs, like deep down in your lungs, which helps. But oh yeah. Fire Joy, I'll check his video out. I know who he is. That dude that lives out in the mountains in like California. He does. He's a very strong dude. He's very strong. I just did it. Yeah. Pushed a lot of info up in my brain. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm gonna get some beers and get the fuck out of here. Needs to go, and all of the beers that I already drank.
Do you have a tab up here?
I do.
What's the name on it?
I think it's under Magunya, M-A-G.
Heartland Dental.
AMI?
Yeah,
AMI?
they're recruiting.
Last name M-A-G. It should be on a red card.
I got it.
Yeah, you got it.
We had found it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Have a great day.
I always do, except for when I don't.
That's cool though.
You know, but today is pretty good. I'm waiting for tomorrow. Because Halloween, you get the day of you get All Saints, and you get the All Souls Day tomorrow. And you guys are releasing new beers.
Today is the day of the dead.
Yeah, the Day of the Dead, and you get All Souls Day tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
And you,
I'm so hungover from Halloween though that I can't
You
even
are.
appreciate
You actually
the
are.
Day of the Dead, yeah.
I get hungover by, well, I go to sleep at 9
Oh,
because I get drunk at like noon. So
that makes sense.
you went out all night.
Probably around 1 in the morning.
Where'd you go to?
Well, I run a bar in the city called Pal's Lounge.
You were past. I used to right around the corner, like
Yeah,
literally
so
right
we
around the
had a
corner.
little thing last night where we put like little airplane bottles of booze inside apples and we did bobbing for booze. So I had to go and facilitate that. And it was
Facilitate? That's how you call it,
messy.
facilitate? Yeah.
Like
Well, you're doing good right now.
well, that's because I stayed in bed all day.
Yeah. You still seem a little drunk.
And then I had some cheeseburgers. No, I'm
Cheeseburger.
just delirious.
Are you comfortable now?
No, I had a flu shot yesterday.
Okay, well, so have fun having the flu.
I think it's supposed to prevent you from having the flu.
I haven't had the flu in years, and I haven't had a flu shot. I think it's all the alcohol I drink. It's good to see you. All right, y'all. Hold on one second. I gotta fix my backpack, y'all. Check out this place. Alright, you weird fuckers, let's go. Let's go do this thing. Fix my backpack. Okay. Should I go to another bar? Should I go to another brewery? Another brewery? Okay, here's the choices. I can go to a tiny little brewery, which is let me think about this. So check it out. Here's the I was gonna do a tour of, check this shit out. That's the energy center. This is how the world works at this point. Like we gave people free energy, and now this is what they're doing. I mean, they're actually harvesting the energy out of the air, and then charging people for it. It's fucking ridiculous. It really is. But I go to a small brewery or a large brewery. I go to. Here you go, guys. I need somebody to answer this. You get three options here. Yeah, I could have told her, Dave. I told her in the only way possible. Should I go to a small brewery, or a large brewery, or somewhere that I have not been before? I'm guessing your answer is going to be new one. Kembo, you're correct. This is where we're going. Let's go. And I was going to take you on a tour of all of the. So I didn't finish my sentence. Hold on one second, y'all. It's tough, man, because I'm trying to figure out, the sky looks a little moist.
My house is right there, and I can either walk a mile that way or I'm gonna walk a half mile that way. You know what? Sorry, dude. I'm gonna have to go nearer to the Cripples because it just makes more sense. Yeah, it's a little too moist out here. See the clouds? That's the only reason why. If it was a nice day, I'd happily walk that way. Oh, and to finish up what I was saying was this. It's gonna take you on this tour, which actually I'm kind of doing anyways. Look at this. If you get 3 hours and 30 minutes into this fucking broadcast, here's what you get. I'm gonna show you guys. Check it out. I was gonna give you a graffiti tour. Here, check it out. Let's go up here. Check it out. Here's where I am in New Orleans. For all you fucking graffiti heads. Check this shit out, yo. That's really fun. That's a really nice. I like that a lot. Oh, this is my dude right here. That's my dude. So you got two dudes. You got a chew and evacuate. Check that shit out. That's super fresh right there. Check it out. Ah, yes, that's all right. Yes. I don't like that dude's style too much. Same cat, I think, right there. I could leave it. Yeah. Oh, this is man. There you go. This is the real deal right here. Yep. Oh, here's my dude right here. See, what does it say? Escape, yeah? There you go, isn't that right? There's a lot of very similar styles. I don't know, they're all very fluffy. There's not a lot of... Oh shit, I gotta get the fuck off of here. Damn it, hold on one second, y'all. I gotta get the fuck off of here. Ah. All right. But ain't it fun? They must have put that there just now. Cause look at, how'd these logs get here? Look at, how long do you think these logs? Look at, how long these logs been sitting here? Huh? They still deliver shit here. Okay, here we go. Let's check out these ones. I'll take you down the side street over here. There you go. Here, let's go over here. Fucking in-betweeners. Here's what I'll do. Fuck off. Have a beautiful day. I'm gonna start a new broadcast in a second so we can do a little city tour. So if you're on here, you want to join me, I'm gonna do a little graffiti thing and then I'll get to the next place and we'll talk there. It's good to see y'all. I'll see you in a moment. Stay fucking awesome.